from the love of liberty in the fires of hope and prayer. With boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Heavenly Father, we come before you at the start of this new day, giving thanks for life, for health, and the opportunity to serve through this station. We ask for your divine presence to guide us in all we do. Bless this broadcast, that it may be a source of inspiration, joy, and unity to all who tune in. Whether near or far, may our words uplift, our music heal, and our message bring light to those who need it most. We pray for our listeners, wherever they may be. Grant them strength for the day ahead, peace in their hearts, and success in all they put their hands to. Cover those traveling with your protection, and those at home with your comfort and provision. Lord, may everything we do bring honor to you and be a blessing to others. Guide our steps, bless our efforts, and let this station be a vessel of positivity and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your voice, your soundtrack, your station. New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Never had the money, never had nice living. And mama say, oh, you could have it all, just work hard for yours. I say, mama, you know, I'll work hard for sure. Now Jaja bless me with the opportunity to fly country to country. Now I could drink champagne when I thirsty. Now I could see only thing I never see. They say this hour youth man so lucky. But I thank the father and the family. Now no bad mind boy, they can stop me. On every show I smiling cause trust me, life is so lovely. Whoa. And I'm far from finished, whoa. And I can't believe it, no. See, I'm far from finished, whoa. Love the life that I live in, yeah. I say na 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 na, I say na 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 na, say na 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 na, I say na 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 na, I say na na na. Forever thankful for doubters in the past and the people who laugh on her. Forever grateful for all the times I failed. And Papa say, oh son, you can't give up. What's for you is for you. I said, Papa, you know I will never stop, no. Now Jaja blessed me with the opportunity to fly country to country. Now I could drink champagne, man, I thirsty. Now I could see all the thing I never see. They say this how I eat, man, so lucky. But I thank you for the run the family. No, no bad mind, boy, they can stop me. And every show I'm smiling, cause trust me, love is so lovely, boy. And I'm far from finished, boy. Cause I come from far, oh. So every little thing that you have, be grateful for, oh. And we don't chase material thing. No, 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 no. I'm far from finished, oh. I'm so far, so far now. And I can't believe I'm far from finished, oh. I'm so far, so far. I love this life, I love this life.
Wake up, rise up. It's the NETT Radio Breakfast Show, bringing you the energy, music, and vibes to start your day right.
Get up, it's the time to start the day. The breakfast show is here, we bring in the soca way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes turned on. From Morocco's Bay to the Savannah line. Let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Good vibes rolling through the air. The breakfast show, energy everywhere. We talk, we laugh, we make you think. Grab your doubles or your morning drink.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo!
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is hump day, the middle of the week. We're halfway there to the weekend already, right? Yes. Blessed good mornings, everybody. Blessed good mornings. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day.
Okay, morning. Morning, Peter. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. And good morning, listeners and viewers all over the globe. It is Wednesday, August 12th. It is a beautiful day out. I think last night had a little rain. Couple times a very hard shower rain came down. I don't know if it came down by you. But yeah, we are here. We are happy to be in the land of the living. I have several birthday greetings today, including my sister Claire. Today, of course, it's August 12th. And today is my sister's birthday, Claire Stephen Joseph. She is celebrating her birthday today. I think we have some people who on this chat who's celebrating birthday today. Yes, Sankofa. Today is Sankofa's birthday. Happy birthday, Sankofa. Well, I guess that will be also the birthday of your twin brother. Is a brother or sister, Sankofa? I think it's a brother. Happy birthday to your twin also. And Virendra Maharaj, Robert Taylor from out there in Fernandina Beach. He is celebrating his birthday today. Robert, I'm sure Ali will give you every single thing you ask for today. Everything. Just ask for it. She's going to give it to you. All right. So happy birthday, Robert. Isabella Mohammed, Maria Alyssa Joseph, Mike Coppin. He used to be a senator back in the day. He sat in the Senate of Trinidad and Tobago at one point in time. Claire Gomez Miller, Marissa Noel Raphael. They are all celebrating birthdays today. Shari Sky James and Short Reds Wells. I don't know who that is, but that's the name I have here. All right, they are all celebrating birthdays today. Today is August 12th. Happy birthday to you all. All right. But I know Richard, I don't think Richard has joined me as yet, but Sir Charles is not on today. His son Peter is in charge of the board, so it looked like I had to do all the talking.
Most of it, yeah.
No, you could talk too. Don't try that. I'm sure you have opinions, especially if you grew up under Charles Davis. I'm sure you have loads of opinions.
I do have opinions, but I'm not sure if my opinions will be quite as basic. I'm not sure if my opinions have quite as much substance as yours.
Oh no, well, yeah, you might have substance like your father. You might not have substance like me, but you have substance like your father, or substance like yourself. You can have your own opinion about things. You know, your father does ride up people here in the morning, so hopefully you don't. I just kicks it, right? You know, but yeah, of course, we're going to poll today the issue, what is apparently to be a contentious issue, that is the moving of the Independence Day parade. The government has not really given, I may have missed it, an actual reason for doing so. Why have they moved it from where it was to where it's going to be? Because I know that I had heard that where it was, because the North Stand is still up, would have affected the parade. So they are now preparing an area across by the president's house to have the parade, an area that I saw pictures of it. I didn't pass and see it myself, but I saw pictures of it, construction taking place, including pitching of the area. And of course, that is upsetting a lot of people, because why are you spending money to prepare an area in the savannah when there was already an area? And it was already a contentious issue back then when it was paved by, I think it was Minister Carlos John under the UNC government. Why are you now doing the same thing in another side of the savannah? And you're saying it's temporary. How is pitching an area temporary? I don't know. Maybe somebody needs to explain that. But it also means you've lengthened the parade, because I think I read somewhere too that the parade route will remain the same, that they will go out, exit the savannah and go down Frederick Street. Now, to go down Frederick Street from where they are means that they will have to go, they have some more distance to cover in terms of that part of the savannah. So I don't know how it will all work out. Maybe there's a perfectly good reason for doing so, but they haven't explained that to me as yet. At least I haven't seen it as yet. Another issue, of course, is that the President Christine Kangaloo, is not in the country. So I don't know if she will be back for Independence Day. She is on vacation. And the Senate President, who is Wade Mark, is acting as President as we speak. You all may have missed that. But Wade Mark is actually the acting President right now, as we speak. They said that he was acting as President, but they didn't give a date up until when. So if anybody knows the date that President Kangaloo will be away until, they could share it with us in the chat. But that was not clear in the release that they gave when Wade Mark was appointed acting President. So all of that we're going to try to cover, and of course any other topic that you may wish to do so, we're going to try to cover this morning. All right. So Peter, let's do good news now. Let's get on with the show.
Sure thing.
Mm-hmm.
Money can buy a house, but it cannot buy a loving home. Money can buy the finest clock, but it cannot give you more time. Money can buy the most comfortable bed, but it cannot guarantee peaceful sleep. Money can buy delicious food, but it cannot create a healthy appetite. Money can pay for the best doctors, but it cannot promise good health. Money can purchase insurance, but it cannot guarantee your safety. The truth is, some of life's greatest blessings can never be bought. Love, peace, joy, good health, time, true friendships, and God's presence. These are treasures that money can never purchase. So don't spend your life chasing wealth alone. Chase the one who gives what money never can. Because when you have God, you possess riches that no amount of money can ever replace.
Well, that's so true. I mean, there are plenty of people who would have learned that lesson the hard way about money, you know?
Indeed.
Mhm. Yeah, but at least it affords you the opportunity to get assistance when you do need it. So I wouldn't dismiss it entirely. If you can get, if you can save, if you can work very hard and accumulate it, do it, because you might be able to assist yourself, but you probably will be able to assist someone else, you know? So don't dismiss it entirely, right? I think I was reading also somewhere to the guy who was doing all the person, because we don't know if it's a man or a woman, who was in the vehicle, the white X-Trail bad driving people yesterday, because that news really started to take on a life of its own. Because I was looking at just the end of Beyond the Tape yesterday too with oh God, what's her name? Her name is not coming to me now. She was there with an officer who I don't know at all. I've never seen him before. And they were speaking about that particular driver. And I had heard that I read somewhere that he was caught. But I don't know if he was ever identified. People, you can help me by sending it if you have the information. All right? So that was also in the news last night. But let's greet the folks in the chat. Husbands, yes. Husbands, thank you very much. Well, husbands, she worked with us, at one time, She worked with us at one time. Whitney husbands, as a matter of fact, her mom had a business place directly opposite me on Western Main Road for a while. And so that's where I first knew Whitney from, as a child, with her mom in her business. Joyce Phillip came in at 11:01, top of the morning, to Joyce Phillips, to the breakfast crew. Eunice Dublin came in exactly at midnight, 12 a.m. Good morning, Eunice Dublin. Valerie Mendoza says good morning and happy hump day. John Cato also says grand rising to the NETT Radio breakfast host. Kenny in Harlem says good morning, gentlemen. Apollonus also says good morning and happy hump day. Trinman, happy humping, all humpers. Manuela Peters, good morning. Margaret Thomas, Odell Guy, Pamela O'Connor, Anthony Tinto, who I have to express condolences to. He lost his brother just over the weekend, I think, Tinto, right? So condolences from my family and, of course, from the breakfast show, Tinto. Marcia Rock, good morning, gentlemen. Do have a blessed day. Diane Payne, Robert Allen, Sis Super says, thank God for sparing our lives to see another beautiful day. Empress Reyes Lal, good morning, beautiful people. Ozzy Molino, Arlene Joseph, who is Arlene Oliver Taylor, sending birthday greetings to her handsome husband, Robert Taylor, from Fernandina Beach. So Arlene, Robert, anything Robert wants today, give it to him, right? Because I just realized your birthday was what, last week? That's all when he sent the greeting for me. When we did a greeting for you. So you all are pretty close. So just enjoy yourselves, man, and enjoy your birthdays. Nicola McNichols, good morning. Hill Benj, good morning. Wendell Richards, saw Hillary yesterday. Nice seeing you, Hillary. Not yesterday, Monday. Gavin Frank, Doreen Pierre, good morning. Breakfast show and loyal listeners. Deborah Noel Surratt, good morning. Richard Wendell and Sir Charles. Shoma Paul, Debbie Modeste. Empress Reslal is singing, and she has taken over from Carol. Slick Money Grip, good. I think that message must be finished sometime later on. Carla Hercules, good morning. Sweet TNT Margarita Chow. Bernadette and Alicia Yates. Every time I hear, let's say, I just remember cricket. And last night I stayed up pretty late actually, watching Jamaica play Barbados. And Jamaica came back from a losing position to almost snatch the victory from the jaws of defeat. And they failed just at the last 3 balls of the match. Andre Russell is a beast of a cricketer. And they hit, I think it's 20 or 21 sixes in Jamaica innings last night. It was a slugfest to bring them within 6 runs of victory. Even this young man, Vital Laws, had played an excellent innings in the end there. He hit 4, 5 sixes, but they failed at the very last moment and they lost to Barbados. So congratulations to Barbados. Marlon Motley says, good morning all, it's hump day. Suzanne Jessup also sends greetings and reminding people about the boat ride that's coming up on Saturday. Slick Money Group message finally came through. Good morning, gentlemen and crew. It's hump day. Ingrid from Tucson, Arizona. Suzanne is saying, again, morning to Suzanne, Suzette, Corinne, Miss Gemma, Maria H, Maria S. Michael Robinson from Yokohama, Japan. How is Japan these days managed? Empress Rezal, you have to say it like your father, Sir Charles. Woo! Peter, you heard that, right?
Yeah,
Peter?
I'm taking notes.
Yeah, well, Sir Charles, when he comes in with hump day, he repeats the camel noise. Stephanie Santana, morning, Sir Charles, Wendell, Richard, and everyone locked on. Brent Hackshaw, long time no hear from. Stellar Services, Sankofa, who's celebrating his birthday today. There's Bountiful Graces. Mrs. R, good morning all. Dave Gosine. Suzanne Jessup, that's good news. Empress Rezlai, time hate to waste my time on unnecessary people. Carla Hercules, amen to that good news. Lincoln, so he's reminding his Whitney husband. Thanks, Lincoln. From David, good morning. That's Boy Bidesi, power washing. Morning to all. Sankofa, Wendell, where people sign on so early. I don't know what you're talking about there, huh? Kathy Ann Charles also says, good morning. Sankofa, bless condolences to Tinto Red Fire. Subash from Woodland, long time no hear from. Ann Noel from Oshawa. Robert Taylor says, good morning, guys. Thank you for the birthday greetings. Can you tell Arlene all I need from her is a baby boy or girl? Look at how people using our chatter. Arlene, Robert say you want a baby boy or girl. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Go and get him a dolly. I'm one of them department stores are sure selling it. Shalom, overcast morning. That's from Sadia Andrews. Marlene Saunders Sobers, greetings. Prabha Ramdial, morning, Prabha. Stephanie Santana, beautiful match last night between Jamaica and Barbados. Yes, it was. It was a really good, exciting match all the way down to when Andre Russell got out. If he didn't get out, he would have won the match. Darren Thompson, good morning, guys. Wayne Ramsey from Fort Lauderdale. Valerie Mendoza sends birthday greetings to Sankofa. Sankofa saying his birthday is October 10th. Yeah, you are October, aren't you? But why is your birthday coming up on Facebook today? Since you changed your name, you ain't changed your birthday, or? I do remember you as October. Okay, so withdraw all the birthday greetings for Sankofa and his twin. All right? Diana Hamill says, good morning, everyone, and happy birthday to Miss Stacy Wade. So Stacy Wade, happy birthday to you from Diana, and of course from the Breakfast Show. Wendell, what's the name of in New York City? The woman in New York City. What are you talking about, Lincoln? I'm not sure what you're talking about. The woman's name in New York. I'm not sure what you're talking about. All right, you could be a little more explicit in your message. Woman, which woman? Who woman? Why woman? I don't know. So those are greetings on the chat. I don't know if you have any there, Peter.
Let's check the lines and see. We have morning greetings from Zena, Mr. Beeps, Rena Boodoo Jennings, Messina Augustine, Patrick Billy, Peter Wilson, Archbishop Ashton Clark, Captain Ron. Good morning, all. Good morning, all. Listen to all the morning greetings. Sorry, not birthday. Morning greetings we have this morning.
All right, great. All right, so those are all our greetings, and Richard has not joined us yet, so we can go straight into Did You Know?
Did you know?
This is Neil, the seal who returns to the same small town in southern Australia every year, and every visit turns into absolute chaos. If you don't know Neil, he's become a local legend. Back in 2022, he went viral for blocking traffic, napping in the middle of the road, and even snapping street poles like they were twigs. But this year, the problem is even bigger. Neil has grown into a massive young male, weighing around 3,000 pounds, and he's still obsessed with street furniture. He waddles down the middle of the road, crushes anything in his way, and sometimes even follows people, blocking them from getting home. The craziest part? Nobody can really stop him. If Neil decides to sleep in the middle of the street, that's exactly where he's sleeping. The town even created an official big sleeper protocol, setting up traffic detours whenever he dozes off on the road. Authorities once captured him, drove him about 75 miles away and released him. It didn't matter. Neil found his way back. In this town, Neil makes the rules, and everyone else just adapts.
Powder Puff, Lincoln, you're talking about Charmaine, CJ from New York. That's who you're speaking about. Yes, she is out there in New York. Charmaine, CJ. All right. Morning, Julia, Samantha, and yes. So that's our greetings. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning, Wendell. Good morning to, well, is it Peter? I think it's Peter. Good morning, Sir Charles, wherever you are. And of course, to our listeners and viewers in whatever time zone. Good morning.
All right. So we could go straight into the newspapers today. And we start with today's Express Online edition. Help Pan Trinbago President Beverly Ramsey Moore say help the Panyards. That was a clarion call. Of course, yesterday was World Steel Pan Day, and there was a very successful parade from at All Stars and all the way up to Renegades and the Savannah. All right. Grave concern over breach. That's concerning the CCJ and I don't know why they are surprised, The CCJ is made up of human beings, Human beings find a way to get information out. So now they're making a whole ruckus over who breached confidentiality and released the issue, the internal issues of the CCJ. That happens everywhere. CCJ, why are you surprised? Discussions ongoing, and that is Secondary Schools Football League. 3 on the bunks. I don't know what story that is about. Of course, other trending stories. Left in limbo, police recruit awarded $480,000. Businessman 32 charged over stolen vehicle. Work restarts on $1 billion San Fernando waterfront. Councillor Vashti Suku has died. I think, I'm not sure which corporation she's from. Yeah, 30 Army police posts on track for a 4-month rollout. To Councillor Vashti Suku, who was in a function just the day before, according to Minister Khadija Amin, who she attended a book bar giveaway with the councillor. She is the councillor for where is she the councillor for? Reform Manahambri. That's where she's the councillor for. Reform Manahambri. All right. So she passed away over the weekend. She was a member of the Cuba Tabaqui Talparo Regional Corporation. No, she could not have been. Why is this article so crazy? The Princestown Regional Corporation. All right, that's where she's from. The Princestown Regional Corporation. All right, so condolences to her family. All right, those are all the newspaper items online of the Express.
All right, the Trinidad Tobago Guardian for this morning. Economists urge government check the fine print of US $750 million steel plant revival, warn of risk and unanswered questions. TNT's vanadium ambitions face raw material energy concerns. CANPTT urges controlled fireworks, proposes drone displays. Beckles questions government's handling of new coat of arms. Independence fireworks set to return, sources say. Massey's profits drop for 9-month period. Digitization alone is not transformation, says Flow executive. IBIS Steel will boost economy, business leaders say. Stormwater drainage can be catastrophic, says Trinity professor. An appeal court rules in Republic Bank's favor. Family of 7 left homeless after Shavonna's house fire. China Reese laid to rest as family and community mourn her loss. UNC Councillor Vashti Suku dies, and CWU threatens TSTT shutdown if 10% wage deal falters. And in some sports, Garcia scores as Panathinaikos. Let me take my time pronouncing this word. Garcia scores as Panathinaikos advance in UEFA Conference League. Ramnath helps TNT stay unbeaten in CWI Rising Stars Championship. Heinz challenges Grange to produce stadium certificate after World Athletics omission, and THA considering legal options over SSFL Premiership omission. And that's it for the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian this morning.
All right, with the headlines out the way, how about we go for a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
I'll say one of the Independence Day military parade.
All aboard! Calling all you NETT Radio listeners and fans. It's time to pack your cooler, gather your crews. Join us on NETT Radio Halloween Cooler Crew in red, white, and black. On board the luxurious Island Royalty, Saturday, 15th of August, boarding at 7 p.m. from Hardcuts Shagaramas. We sail at 8 p.m. sharp. Enjoy great music all night long from your favorite NETT DJs, Sir Charles, CJ, Mr. Flavor, Doc International, RJ, and Fluffman.
Tell you you's a big dancer. Come show
Early bird tickets are just $200, after $250. Get your tickets now at Crosby in St. James, Rumba, St. James, Bobby's Bar in Kure, Fats International in Arima, K-Square Fashions at C3 Center, West Mall, and Eastgate Small, and all NETT DJs. No glass bottles allowed. Bring your coolers, bring your crews, and let's celebrate together. NETT Radio, Halloween Cooler Crew, Saturday, August the 15th, aboard the Island Royalty. For information, call 638-2609 or 497-7173. Call we on the scene.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Flavor Entertainment Services, your one-stop premium entertainment service provider. We offer top-tier, best-in-class karaoke and DJ services for your private events, sports bars, and lounge. Let us help make your birthday parties, weddings, anniversaries, and corporate special events memorable and special. Call us now at 462-2029. We provide more than just music. We create memories that last.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
All right, we are back. And as I said, our poll will center around the moving of the Independence Day parade. Richard, are you aware if they gave a reason as to why?
What I saw in passing, because I didn't really deal with it in depth, was that taking down the North Stand is it's a cost-saving measure, because taking down the North Stand and reassembling it costs millions of dollars. And so that this is a cost-saving measure and it's temporary. They will take down whatever they're going to do there and take it off after. Some version of that I heard.
Oh, so they're not going to remove the North Stand. Is that what they're saying? It's going to stay up permanently.
Well, I don't know if it's going to stay up permanently, but they're saying that to remove it for the parade doesn't make financial sense. I think that's the reason they were doing it.
Okay, so you save money on deconstructing a stand and spend money by preparing a new area. And you're preparing a new area closer to the zoo, one, and closer to the communities that are at the top of the savannah, like St. Anne's Cascade there, that they're going to disrupt because of the traffic flow. Because for Independence Day Parade, the traffic flow isn't affected because of where it was. It's going to be affected now for the communities of Belmont, Gonzales, St. Anne's Cascade, and possibly Maraval. Those communities now, at least there's just my thinking. I don't know how they plan to do this thing, but once you move the parade to the top of the savannah, which is what they're doing, it's going to affect those communities for several hours. Oh dear Lord, I listen to nothing. I will not listen to anything that Philip Alexander says. So if he explained it, trust me, I wouldn't hear it. Right? All you need to explain it to me. I don't want to hear nothing he has to say. I will not look at a video or read anything that man has to say. Right? So forgive me if he's the person the government put to explain this. They can't be serious. They can't be serious. Anyway, so that's we could open up the lines, Richard, unless you have something you want to raise. We way ahead of time this morning. Like when Sir Charles here, we just move fast. When Sir Charles got here.
Now we could go ahead. Because I know we're going to go to Did You Know?
No, we did you know already? That's what I said. Peter and I wasn't waiting on you either,
That's good news you did.
No, we did. We also did you know?
Oh, okay. Is that the one with
the good news was the one about money, and the did you know was the one about the seal, Neil.
Oh, okay. Did you know early then?
Yeah, that's what I say. We did it before we did the break.
The newspapers and all of that.
Yeah. Unless you have another one, because I know Sir Charles had wanted you to show something today. It's kind of long though. I don't know if you got around to doing it.
Who, me?
Yeah, you're not reading the chat. He had sent something this morning that asked you to download and to show it. It's relative to. It says cancel all your plans for August 12th. It's something about the moon.
Oh, that's the meteorite thing.
Yeah.
No, I didn't read anything this morning, so I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know.
So he would have sent that and asked you to show it this morning. It's a bit lengthy. Hour, not an hour, sorry. A minute 45 seconds or thereabouts. So I don't know if you get a chance to do it. But let's open the lines now. 281-1315. You're getting an early day to call in today. 281-1315 and 299-5156, where we could discuss any issue you want to discuss. And then, of course, we will poll the issue of the moving of the Independence Day parade. I'm not sure that they thought this thing out properly. Based on my layman's observations, it's moving closer to those communities that's going to be affected and closer to the zoo. But I haven't heard anything from the people in the zoo as yet. You know what I mean?
Of course, we do already have a caller on the line. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. That proposal makes no sense, and the explanation for it makes no sense. But that is the reason to give Philip Alexander the mandate to explain that, and he said it publicly already. When he is there out in the archives, he is a UNC spin doctor. That is what his job was, and he continues to do that. Because to move the Independence Parade, one of the reasons why it was where it was is because you have a pre-built stands to accommodate the VIP guests. Prime Minister, President, Attorney General, Chief Clerk, all the different heads of state. So you're telling me when you move it to the north side, you're going to build another stand to accommodate the VIP guests. And then, we don't know if they'll carry them back to march, the different formations to marching on the savannah itself, as it was many years ago, or if they are now going to pave a new area to accommodate the different formations to do the actual parade on. So you may be talking about now another cost to pave another part of the savannah, which, by the way, they stretched the legal ramifications when they did it the first time, because I think it is mandated in the guidelines of why we got the savannah. No permanent structure was to be built, right? But they stretched it when they paved that area there, because that and all wasn't supposed to be done. If you remember correctly, there was a big controversy about doing that paving alone, but we yielded because of the formations for independence. You're going to tell me we might be doing it again. But what is concerning is the accommodation for the VIP. So you're saving money by not taking it down and putting it back up, which I understand that, because I never understood it in the first place, why you were spending all that millions of dollars to take down this thing and put it back up, right? But in doing that now, you're breaking the rules under which we got the savannah, because no permanent structure was to be built on the savannah again. So I guess that is why they were doing it for all these years, taking it down and putting it back up. So this government, once again, is flaunting the rules under which the savannah was given to Trinidad and Tobago. So that is my little comment on that whole imbroglio, as to use Paul Richards' words about this savannah. All right? Hey, how is Paul Richards doing, by the way? Why you never invite the man back as a guest to talk or nothing like that?
He's doing fine. Every now and then, a lot of information. Almost every day, Paul messages me.
Yeah, but it would be nice to see him on the show again as a guest or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? Have a good day, gentlemen.
All right. Yeah, take care. Yeah. But they're going to pave back because there are amounts of pitch there. So they're going to be putting on pitch. Is it that they're putting on pitch on something that it could pick up after and store away until the following year? I don't know what is going on. As I tell you earlier, if the explanation is coming from what's his name, then I will never hear it. I depend on audio.
I downloaded the video that you wanted, so I could.
Plans for August 12th, because this is going to be the biggest sky gazing day of the century. In just 24 hours, not one, not two, But 4 incredible cosmic events will unfold in the sky, one after another. It starts before sunrise. Look east, and you'll see a rare planet parade. 6 planets stretched in a line across the morning sky. Among the naked eye planets, Mars and Saturn shine brightly and are easy to spot, while Mercury and Jupiter will be closer to the horizon. But that's only the beginning of this day. As the day goes on, the main event arrives, a total solar eclipse. The moon slides perfectly in front of the sun, turning day into darkness for parts of Europe and the Arctic. And for observers in parts of North America, a partial eclipse takes a glowing bite out of the sun. And here's the part that belongs to everyone. Just hours after the eclipse, hundreds of shooting stars will light up the sky as the Perseid meteor shower peaks. Because there will be absolutely no moonlight to interfere, you can see up to 100 shooting stars, an hour under completely dark skies, as the night sky will be pitch black. The Perseids won't peak on a new moon again until 2045, and there's still more. On this same moonless night, the glowing core of our galaxy, the Milky Way, will rise high across the sky, packed with billions of stars. A planet parade, an eclipse, the Milky Way, and a meteor storm, all within 24 hours. This doesn't happen for decades. Don't miss it. Share this video so everyone knows on time, and to get regular space updates in your feed, follow the secrets of the universe.
Interesting.
They say not available for decades. When you see something like this for decades.
Well, till 2045, and?
No, he said 2045 for one of them. They said currently the things wouldn't be seen for decades. I'll see. I'll catch it next time.
Okay. All right, wake me up. Wake me up when it happens.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
80 years from now, I'll say, okay, all right, I'll see you in 80 years.
Yeah, why not? All right. Well, our lines are still open, people. That was just something we were asked to show because of its date. It's dated as of today. So I don't know if you're, well, it might be a little too late to go out and see the sunrise one. But you might be able to catch it still, depending on where you are. All right.
Of course, there's still a couple unique things to see, depending on where you are in the world. But for us here, I think we might have missed that window already in the morning.
Yeah, we definitely missed that one.
Caller on the line. Caller, good morning.
Good morning to the three of you. I think it's Mr. Richard. I think it's Wendell, and you personally, I don't know this person, but thank
Peter.
you. Peter, Mr. Peter, and yeah, we must get there. Well done. I just want to start off by saying, I want to make 2 quick points. I want to start off by saying, happy birthday to Clara, I know well, your sister, right? A wonderful lady. I saw her at a fight back sometime recently. I told her she's getting younger. Whatever it is, she's getting younger. So tell her yeah, very wonderfully. I want to say also that I want to know, Wendell, what is happening with the municipal police? I saw a headline just now there flashing across where 3 guns are missing at the Port of Spain Corporation. I know you were deeply involved with that. And when the time what's going on in the because it's not sounding good.
No, well, hold on. I don't want you to go before I correct you. I don't want you to go before I correct you, Mr. Billy. Clearly, you didn't read the article properly. Yes. The guns belong to the city corporation. All right. You hearing me?
Yes, I hear you now. Yes.
Right. The guns belong to the city police, but they were lodged at Central Police Station. And I was now going to read the article when, So, you know what? Hang up and I'll read the article so you can hear it properly.
Yes. Well, let me make 2 other points before the please.
Sure.
I want to make 2 other points. Right. Yeah. And last I was at the Savannah where went and participated in the World Pan Day. And I want to congratulate those young people who came out. It had about 6 of them, but the parents were sitting in front of me, and I really congratulated them one-on-one. Because they can be no more than like 8 and 9 and 10 years of age. And, it's all over well for the pan, fraternity, seeing those young people showing that amount of interest in the pan. I remember going to Mocha, just somebody back there went there. And I remember a teacher named Mr. Lord, and he bought in the steel pan. I remember it's a pan they called it the glitter pan. And we had a tune they called Conga. And I remember how difficult it was to learn that tune. And it's African, I think an African person sang the song, and they have whistle and thing, and those children so young and learning the notes and learning like 4 or 5 songs. So I say Pan is in a good place. Pan is in really a good place, and I want to congratulate the president, Mr. Amdimo, out of Tobago, and also the Minister of Culture and all of them, and let them do more for Pan. Fix all the Pan tents, go around and fix the Pan tents to the facilities for the young people. Will be more encouraging, right? So that is what I want to say, and thank you all, and you all have a very nice show. I look forward in that article reading because the headline could be misleading. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Mr. Billy, and I support anything to do with PAN, and especially with these young people. But this is the story Mr. Billy raised, because I was going to raise it. It says an investigation is underway into 3 firearms belonging to the Port of Spain City Council, which are reportedly unaccounted for. The development came to light shortly after 5 a.m. on Tuesday during an arms check. The firearms had reportedly been handed over to the Central Police Station on Monday evening for safekeeping. However, when city police officers returned to retrieve the weapons on Tuesday morning, 3 firearms could not be accounted for. A source tells the news that there is no information to suggest the guns and ammunition were stolen. It is believed the weapons may have been erroneously handed over to security personnel. The investigation is expected to examine the chain of custody of the 3 missing firearms, including how they were handed over, who received them, and what was recorded. This is a developing story. So, if you remember, a decision was taken by the government when the police officer was murdered at San Fernando and guns were stolen, that all municipal firearms should be handed over to the TTPS. It should not be stored in the city police headquarters, right? City police stations. That was a decision taken just a few months ago. So what the city police have to do now is take their firearms across the Central Police Station in the evening and pick them back up the following day. And when they went the following day, 3 of them were missing. What is being said is that they may have been inadvertently handed over to a security personnel. Now, somebody should lose the work for that. Somebody across in city police. Not city police, sorry, Central Police. Because the city police dropped it there. Somebody in Central Police received it, and somebody in Central Police Station would have disseminated it, would have given it out. You understand? So that's where that's the person they need to find. This is not a city police problem. Clearly, it is a TTPS problem. Right? Because that message, I had a message, people in city police had asked them what is going on. They say, well, we were told to hand over our firearms to them. And here it is. So the headline is clearly misleading. It's not missing from the city council. It's missing from Central Police Station. That's where it's missing from. Yeah. So we can still take some of your calls.
So 281-1315, 281-1315, or 299-5156. We're taking your calls this morning. It's Wednesday morning. It's midweek. 281-1315 or 299-5156.
I saw another breaking story this morning about public servants who've been acting and so on, that their allowances will be taken away from them. One lengthy thing this morning, I don't know how true it is, coming out of certain ministries,
That people acting will not get allowances.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. You'll take a look at it and you'll tell me what you think. Because I didn't.
Well, I can tell you what I think right now. If that is what they're trying to say, I don't see how they could possibly accomplish that.
Well, Richard,
because that established process of once you're acting in a position, you get the allowances in that position is established for decades. You can't just switch that. That would be legal actions, and that would be the PSA, I assume, kicking up a fuss. I don't even see how you could accomplish it.
All right. I sent it. Because I just got it. I got it from somebody who lives in England, actually. I didn't even get it locally.
Yeah, that ain't making no sense to me.
Right, really quickly, we do have a caller on the line. Caller, good morning. Caller.
Yes, a blessed good morning to you, Mr. Peter, Sir Charles, wherever you are, Richard and Wendell.
Good morning.
Great day, home day to you all. People, don't forget 2 more days again. Saturday the 15th. People, make sure you have all your tickets in hand. You know the cruise will be nice. For me, wherever they have the parade or the Saturday thing, it's not bothering to me because I just go and watch it on TV. I didn't say I'm going to again. But wherever they have this is not the parade, I'm just glad they have it for the people because, you know, it's part of Trinidad and Tobago. You understand? That is 1. 2, this whole thing with the where you just say breaking headline news with the people they want to take away who can take away the money. I'm surprised right now this government just taking away stuff that people that is rightfully their own, they just taking. Anything that to do with dollar and cents, they just grinding. Taking it away. CPEP, same thing. They bring in CPEP. Houses made the people that may get paid up to this very day, they still ain't getting money yet. And I still can't understand. And all the government will empower now, or you getting paid every month. Come on, better than that. Better than that.
That's what I say.
I tell you, when you're done, you have a good play to do, you know, Richard. A nice play. That play going and sell out for sure. I don't know how much days you got to run that show, but that would be a nice play. But you have to do it in 2031. If you do it before that, they might want to lock you up. Because you have detail. And the thing about it, the detail is what they do. You just doing it, you just doing this kid, and it's what they actually do. Right now, they want to muzzle everybody. You can't talk, you can't say what you want. But if they're doing shippiness, they thought that when they do the rotations, people would have been applauding them and things. Because you know why? They create this scenario just like when PNM was in power. Every day is a problem. But when it turned to their turn now, and every day is a problem, you mustn't make noise, you mustn't say nothing. For example, like all the army and police posts they want to put on here and then everywhere, I have nothing, I don't have a problem with that. I am glad they're doing that initiative. They have to try to see the good crime, especially Eddie had going where they have people selling food and things to feel more secure and whatnot. I'm not saying no to that, but at the same time, there's a procedure to do everything. You know, you have the people, the corporation, Tunapuna Corporation, whoever you have to link with, have a meeting, sit down and say, here, you know, we have this initiative going on. We want to do this, that, and that. We just need the approval, wherever. And everybody at the gate, nobody fighting on. I don't know why it is every time this government has to do something, they're always making it look like people fighting and don't. Nobody fighting, you don't just do the correct thing, that's all. Do the right thing. Our Prime Minister is only, you know something happening in the country, let us know. Look, Mr. Rowley, when he used to have a little meeting here and everywhere, and he talk and the media asking questions, he answer what he can answer. He just say, that is not really for me to answer. It's one of my ministers will have to answer that. Simple as it is. But then again, if you have people texting on sending message to via wherever media foundation they're doing anything with, maybe WhatsApp, Twitter, wherever. And then when 2030 come around now, we're going to say, those messages that was sent, that is not me. Somebody do that is a glitch. All these things are set up cover up. Come on, Prime Minister. You're done moving already. It's not to say like the way they're moving right now, you swear elections still going on. You swear, then the photos that they have, getting on the same way too. Come on, it's about one love. It's not about UNC or PNM. It's about Trinidad and Tobago. Forget about party time done. You see, 2029, they could come around with that foolishness. Because you know you're getting a free election. But no, it's not about PNM or UNC. It's about doing what is what. When you do what you have to do now, and then they could say, well, here we're going on, a building had to erect to do this and helping out and doing everything. A year time, you could say, here we're going on, we accomplished this, that, and that. The PNM didn't do this, that, and that, and we did it better. I go say for that, because when PNM doing the shippiness, I will tell you they're doing shippiness. me water basin nothing and covering up for nobody. When they're doing nonsense, they're doing nonsense. And once they're doing something good, like the initiative with the post that they want to put for police and army, I say do a good. But my thing is consult. That always say, just to say here, we're not wrong at table, XYZ we want to do.
Okay, cool. Sorry to interrupt, but we're gonna have to cut you short here. We're running a little short on time. We do need to introduce the poll before we go to the 7 o'clock news. So we're going to have to cut you short here. But thank you for calling.
Your father teach you, man?
He got a message. I saw that message he got.
I'm trying to avoid the message right now. So let's introduce the poll before we go to the news.
Because I didn't want to say that I was leaving you alone.
And the poll this morning, do you support the change of venue at the Queen's Park Savannah for the Independence Parade? Do you support the change of venue at the Queen's Park Savannah for the Independence Parade? If you agree with it, you vote 1. You just type 1 in our stream. And if you vote no, you just type 2. And the StreamYard, the platform will take care of everything else. All you have to vote is 1 or 2. If you agree that you support the change, you vote 1. You just type the number 1. If you are opposed to that, you type the number 2 in terms of the poll for this morning. Just a quick thing before we go to the news. I didn't watch your video when with the allowances issue, but I can't see how they could accomplish that because that's a standard thing. And if they were attempting to do that, they will get legal action. And I know they say it's big bad UNC and that's how they operate. That's their motif for this one. But whereas the Americans could do that, because Trump can do that and have his support base very much intact. I think the UNC, by taking that approach of big bad UNC, is misreading the Trinidad and Tobago population because we are not Americans.
You think, Richard?
No.
You think they're misreading it?
I think so. We are not Americans, and we don't have the similar structure that American society is built on. And of course, Trump is also more powerful and have a certain amount of support because of what some white people feel is their marginalization, believe it or not. So and of course the rising brown population. We don't have those kind of dynamics. And we grew up in a way and we have integrated in a way that does not mirror the United States in the same way. So I think they are using that as their grand design or methodology. It's going to fail because you can't just replant it from an American template and expect it to work in Trinidad. And that's why they're getting so much pushback on social media and stuff like that. And if they're intelligent enough, they would recognize that and understand, no, you're in a different space. And the strategy has to be different.
Okay, I hear you, but I don't think they care.
Yeah. So
I don't think they care.
Politicians at some point always do care. At some point.
I'm telling you, the only thing is left for the UNC to fight is themselves. And it's going to happen. I don't know when, but it's going to happen. But that's the only fight left for them amongst themselves.
Yeah. Anyway, we go to the 7 o'clock news. The 7 o'clock news is next.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is NETT Radio News Now.
This is News Now on NETT Radio and Guile TV. I am Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. The United States government says it is working to support private sector projects in Trinidad and Tobago as both countries seek to strengthen trade and investment ties. U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Christopher Landau made the commitment during a private sector dinner hosted by the American Chamber of Commerce of Trinidad and Tobago and the U.S. Embassy. Landau said recent investments and continued interest from U.S. companies provide reason for optimism about the economic relationship between the two countries. The August 10th meeting brought together senior U.S. officials and local business representatives to discuss energy, investment, and supply chain security. Landau said stronger commercial ties could help deepen cooperation and support projects that benefit Trinidad and Tobago's economy. The Ministry of Justice has begun work with key justice and security agencies to modernize rehabilitation and prepare for the implementation of the Parole Act 2026. Justice Minister Devesh Maharaj held a strategic meeting with senior officials from the Prison Service, Judiciary, Police Service, and Ministry of Homeland Security. Maharaj said the justice system must move beyond traditional approaches and adopt evidence-based methods to help rehabilitate offenders. The meeting also examined the systems and resources needed to implement the new parole legislation, including supervised reintegration for people released from custody. Officials are also considering international practices and assessment tools used in countries such as the United Kingdom and Norway to determine inmates' progress and readiness to return to society. Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander says the rollout of 30 joint Army police posts remains on track for completion within 4 months. Alexander said work is being accelerated as government seeks to strengthen public safety and security, with some units expected to become operational this week. He also confirmed the posts are being built with reinforced framing designed to make them difficult to penetrate, although he declined to disclose their individual cost. Asked whether U.S. security personnel could eventually operate alongside local officers at the posts, Alexander declined to give details, saying additional measures could be announced later. The initiative has faced criticism over its design and implementation, but Alexander defended the project, saying government is responding to calls from communities for a greater security presence. An investigation is underway into the disappearance of 3 firearms belonging to municipal police officers in the Port of Spain division. The weapons were reported missing during an arms check at around 5 this morning at Central Police Station on St. Vincent Street. The firearms had reportedly been lodged at the station on Monday, but could not be accounted for during the early morning inspection. Officials have not confirmed that the weapons were stolen, saying an administrative error could be responsible. Investigators are checking when the firearms were brought to the station and who took possession of them, amid speculation they may have been mistakenly handed over to security personnel. The Caribbean Development Bank is financing a $27.1 million initiative to strengthen weather monitoring and early warning systems in Trinidad and Tobago and Belize. The project is being funded mainly through a $24.1 million grant from the Green Climate Fund, with additional financing from the CDB and the governments of the 2 countries. It will strengthen the ability of national agencies to detect, monitor, and forecast hazards including hurricanes, floods, droughts, and heat waves, while improving the delivery of timely warnings to vulnerable communities. The project will be implemented by the Caribbean Meteorological Organization in partnership with meteorological and disaster management agencies in Trinidad and Tobago and Belize. The CDB says stronger early warning systems are critical to protecting lives, infrastructure, and economic sectors as climate-related threats become more frequent and severe. Finally, U.S. President Donald Trump reportedly switched planes secretly after leaving a NATO summit in Turkey last month following a credible Iranian threat against his aircraft. U.S. media reports say Trump boarded Air Force One in view of television cameras before being moved to a smaller military aircraft using a catering truck, while journalists and some White House staff remained unaware of the switch. The reported operation came after renewed U.S. strikes on Iran and amid heightened security concerns over threats against Trump. The White House has not confirmed the plane swap, but officials have acknowledged that intelligence agencies had previously warned of a specific threat against the president or his aircraft. Trump later said Iran considers him its #1 target and that he faces a threat to his life all the time. The reports have also raised concerns about whether journalists traveling with the president should have been informed of the potential danger. And that is NETT Radio News at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with new Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the perfect mix to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The Mid-Morning Mix and Mingle. Weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
Oh Lord, celebrating life. I know the limit is the sky. Yeah. And I know that I ain't living twice. Hey. That's why I living for tonight. On cloud nine. That's why I living for tonight. On cloud nine. Live like it all could end tonight. On cloud nine. That's why I living for tonight. On cloud nine. And you might see me stumbling, but once my heart's still pumping, I must wind up on something. And there's vibes in and no ceiling. It's exactly how I'm feeling, and I don't care who watch it. Cause I done high already. Feel I could fly already. And up in the sky already. Already. Oh Lord, I celebrating life. And when I wake up in the morning, don't tell me about last night. And if you take a picture, don't tag me on no site. I can't predict the future, so I'm taking this full flight. That's why I'm living for tonight. Yeah. On cloud nine. That's why I'm living for tonight. Yeah. On cloud nine. Live like it all could end tonight. On cloud nine. That's why I'm living for tonight. On cloud nine. And every single season, this is the perfect reason I living so affected. And it's soca water bleeding inside my vein, it's streaming, so you can't see me stopping. Cause I done high already. Feel I could fly already. And up in the sky already. Oh Lord, I celebrating life. And when I wake up in the morning, don't tell me about last night. And if you take a picture, don't tag me on no site. I can't predict the future, so I'm taking this full flight. That's why I'm living for tonight. Yeah. On cloud nine. That's why I'm living for tonight. Yeah. On cloud nine. Live like it all could end tonight. Yeah. On cloud nine. That's why I'm living for tonight. On cloud nine. Hey. We love we life, so we celebrate. We don't want no time to hate. We see fetting heavyweight. Fetting now we don't want to wait. Energy don't elevate, so let we demonstrate. Drinks we head down every fet we day. Cause we done high already. Feel I could fly already. And up in the sky already. Oh Lord, I celebrating life. And when I wake up in the morning, don't tell me about last night. And if you take a picture, don't tag me on no site. I can't predict the future, so I'm taking this full flight. That's why I'm living for tonight. Yeah. On cloud nine. That's why I'm living for tonight. On cloud nine. Live like it all could end tonight. Yeah.
Rise up, it's the NETT Radio Breakfast Show, bringing you the energy, music, and vibes to start your day right.
All aboard!
Calling all you NETT Radio listeners and fans. It's time to pack your cooler, gather your crews. Join us on NETT Radio. NETT Radio Halloween Cooler Crew in red, white, and black. On board the luxurious Island Royalty, Saturday, 15th of August, boarding at 7 p.m. from Hardcuts, Shagaramas. We sail at 8 p.m. sharp. Enjoy great music all night long from your favorite NETT DJs: Sir Charles, CJ, Mr. Flavor, Doc International, RJ, and Fluffman.
Tell you you's a big dancer. Come show
Early bird tickets are just $200 after $250. Get your tickets now at Crosby in St. James, Rumba, St. James, Bobby's Bar in Crep, Pats International in Arima, K-Square Fashions at C3 Center, West Mall and Eastgate Small, and all NETT DJs. No glass bottles allowed. Bring your cooler, bring your crews, and let's celebrate together. NETT Radio, Halloween Cooler Crew, Saturday, August the 15th, aboard the Island Royalty. For information, call 638-2609 or 497-7173. Call we on the scene.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Flavor Entertainment Services, your one-stop premium entertainment service provider. We offer top-tier, best-in-class karaoke and DJ services for your private events, sports bars and lounge. Let us help make your birthday parties, weddings, anniversaries, and corporate special events memorable and special. Call us now at 462-2029. We provide more than just music. We create memories that last.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
And we are back.
Of course we are. All right. That was our 7 o'clock news break. We are back. And of course, our poll is still, if you could remind people of the poll, Peter, our poll is, do you support the change of venue at the Queen's Park Savannah for the Independence Day Parade? Of course, the Independence Day Parade will now be held at the northern end of the Savannah. That's up by the President's house. What I'm not sure is if the President, Christine Kangaloo, will be here because she is on vacation right now and Wade Mark is acting as president. We don't know for how long. I put that out this morning thinking somebody by now would have been able to enlighten me as to how long the president is away for. But no one has sent that information. But you can keep voting on it. And of course, we will open the lines and we could take some calls on it. We had a lengthy discourse from Suzanne a while ago. But if anyone else wants to contribute to the situation, the poll in particular, and then we're going to open up the lines for generic calls, all right? We may or may not have a guest. I'm not sure if we will be able to get on to Dr. Reddock. I know Richard had made a call that we should try to get her. But we could open up the lines. As you continue to vote on this poll, I've seen most people who are voting no so far. Maybe you could give us a reason as to why you're voting no. Suzanne herself voted one. She is in support of it, right? So there's Manish and Kenwin Henry, and the one's kind of easy to pick out now because it's among all the twos, and Michael Oliver, well, no surprise there, who have all voted one, but most of our voters have voted two, that they're not. But why? Why aren't you supporting it? Because, at the end of the day, me personally, it really don't matter. You know what I mean? But I know it's going to have some sort of effect. And if the reason given is that they are saving money, but then tell us what it costs to erect and take down the North Stand every year, and what it's costing to do this. Because this is not permanent. You have to move this when it's done, that's all. I don't know how they're moving the pitch, but you have to move it when it's done. You can't leave it there because a lot of people have activities in that area. So, what are you really telling us? I'm tired. I am tired. Tired. But we can open up the lines, Peter. 281-1315-299-5156. Tell us why you support if you do and why you don't support if you don't. All right?
Indeed, we do have a caller on the line right now. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Peter. Good morning, Wendell, and good morning, Richard.
Morning.
Wendell, I want to go back as far as 1997. Being in Queens Park, Savannah, and that time they didn't pave the western side of the Savannah as yet. And I remember my dad and I and a friend of ours, when we were leaving the Queens Park, Savannah that year, we lost our muffler in the mud, right? And the following year, they decided to pave the Savannah. We heard a set of people quarreling and carrying on. You know the regular thing, Wendell. They would always have people who for and who against. And at that time, I supported that side being paved because it was really, really mud. A lot of people got their vehicles damaged that year and all of that. Nobody got compensation. Our big muffler barrel, it stayed in the Savannah because of all that mud, right? So when you hear now that they're saying that it costing $7 million to mount up the North Stand and $7 million to take it down, that is what I heard yesterday. And this is crazy. Why they came up with that decision of, leaving up the North Stand. They say they're going to do renovations to it and relocating the Independence Day parade to the northern side, which is closer to where the president is. According to Chogdas, half and half. Remember the Calypso half and half? We would always have a problem where we would get people who saying they support it, and you would always get people who saying they don't support it. And that is where the argument will always come in. But we have to think about other things too, where the soldiers and them was happy when the Savannah was paved at one time, because they were saying that previous to that, they started to be marching in mud, and all the clothes and uniform and suit and things to get messed up. Right? So now as they decide to relocate it to the northern side, which is closer to the president, they decide that they will have to do something there, which is a temporary measure, and it will be cheaper to mount that up and take it down than to take down the North Stand every year and mount it back up. Simple. Right?
Okay.
So this is the reason why. Now we see, like, for example, how we had the emancipation celebrations at the back of the North Stand. They couldn't do that there. They couldn't do it before the grandstand, because remember, they normally would have dignitaries at the grandstand. The other thing I heard is that they would no longer have invitations for people to come to the Independence Day parade. It will be open to the public because it's for the people of Trinidad and Tobago, right? That is what I heard yesterday. Right?
Okay. Well, the invitation wasn't it to sit in the grandstand? Because it was always open to the public.
Well, to tell you the honest truth, you used to have to get invited to go there, It was via
to the grandstand.
I don't know if you could sit. I never been there because of that. Because you didn't know who you could have gotten the invitation from, and that used to cause a lot of problems. A lot of people wanted to go and couldn't get the opportunity to go because of that. Yeah. Some people would have been on the street, right? So this is the reason why now what I'm hearing is they're no longer going to be doing invitations. They said everybody would be invited to come to that area up there, and they would be able to do the parade. Now, I will tell you something else. On the northwestern side of the Queens Park Savannah for Carnival, there was a stage erected. There was a Valentine's function what was held there, right? Besides that, there was also a wedding held on the opposite side of the Savannah, and they were using the Queens Park Savannah also for the reception, right? And after they finished with what they were doing, they dismantle everything and they pack up their toys and they carry it where they had to carry it. And it's the same thing is going to happen for Independence. They're going to mount up toys there, and then they're going to dismantle the toys and put it away until next Independence. Because remember, that's only really for one day.
True. So for a few hours. Mm-hmm.
Really argue the point and complain. It's about saving money. That's the whole thing.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I remember when the Savannah was being paved back then, the argument, of course, was that of the mud and the marchers used to have to endure this mud, especially if rain fell around the Independence Day. So I remember that argument. But I also remember the issue of the Pesce family gifting the savannah to the state, and they didn't want any permanent structures, because that same argument was used, if you all remember, when under the Patrick Manning government, he had put up a design for a permanent structure for Carnival, right? That's Napa was going up on next door, and then this structure was going up, Carnival Center for the Arts or something, so it was being called. And the same argument was used back then for him not to do it, and they succeeded.
You know, I think that was part of the argument. I think that it wasn't implemented because PNM is just bad at implementation. but and there was a whole quarrel about the design and a whole, Trinidad, all the island people. But what I don't understand about that whole Pesce family and the savannah and whether it was bought or whether it was gifted, and the restriction that they always say no permanent structures. I've heard that even as a child growing up. No permanent structures in the savannah. You've heard it. You know that's what somewhere in whatever that legal document is. And I could never reconcile, Wendell, how come did they break down the North Stand every year, up and down, up and down, up and down like a yo-yo, and the grandstand still remains intact? And I'm always like, but if there are no permanent structures, what's the grandstand? Because in my mind, that's permanent.
Yeah.
So is it that some things are permanent and allowed, and some things, I don't know, it's reflective of sometimes how jokey we are as a people. Because to me, if something says no permanent structures, then the grandstand not supposed to be there.
Yeah, but there was an issue over the grandstand also, Richard. If you remember, some years ago, the grandstand took on a permanent structure. The grandstand wasn't always all that permanent, a lot of it was removed, including the stage and all that. But now everything remains as it is. So we in fact have a permanent carnival structure there now, especially with the keeping of the North Stand.
So is the state therefore in breach of whatever that agreement is or not? And I would love somebody to print out that agreement. Maybe some historian needs to bring out that agreement and print it out on social media and say, look, this is what it says. Because I'll be curious, just for my own interest too, I would like to see what that agreement is, because I assume there is a written agreement somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I have never seen it. You hear references to it. I don't know if you've seen it, Wendell.
No, I've not seen it.
City Council.
No.
I have never. I would be curious. Somebody need to get that agreement and put it up on social media.
And if that is the case, then the UNC needs to move post haste to and build that structure that Mr. Manning had proposed. Get it done, the Carnival Center, and done.
Yes.
Because if it is that we're going to leave the North Stand and the Grandstand now, then build something proper that could encompass all weather and all the activities that you want to have there.
Wendell, but look at Trinidad and Tobago. That's what I tell you. Sometimes we joke here. We have produced or manifested carnivals across the planet that are patterned after our own. Not Brazil, they're patterned after Trinidad and Tobago. A lot of it is from the diaspora, but it has translated more than Brazil's has, because Brazil is the biggest. But it has translated and it has gone across the planet. We're doing carnival for over 100 years plus, and we still have no modern, top-notch facility for it, which was Patrick Manning's vision. But you would think that the country that has birthed carnivals across the planet would be so organized and such an expert of making sure how it's done, and where it should be done, and what kind of facility it should be done in. Have we accomplished that?
No. Because we talk, Richard, and we talk some more, and then we consult, and then we go back out and talk, and then we have conversations, and then we consult again, right? Then we do up our white paper, a green paper, a pink paper, you understand? And then we go to Parliament, and it gets somebody say no, and that's the end of that.
Yep.
Okay, hold on, gentlemen. Before we continue, the lines are still open. We do have a caller on the line. Caller, sorry to have you waiting. Good morning.
Okay. Gentlemen, good morning.
Morning.
I'm calling from St. Charles. Now, if I could remember quite clearly, the minister that paved that area was Carlos John. A whole politician went and sat down there when they were paving. I don't want to call his name.
Eden Shan. I called his name the other day. Eden Shan was the person.
Right. And that area was Bacanal. And Carlos John take this strength and pave it for the purpose of when they are having things that they don't damage the grass, and it will be a free flow, especially for the Independence Parade and Panorama. So I do not understand why it is coming back to be a big thing now. And if the lady is afraid of who she do anyway. Whoever she do, she will get she do is where the breaks in from. Because the question is about why are we wasting money? You could think about the traffic that you cut off the whole Independence Parade in the middle of area where people have to pass to go and do their chores. Where the Independence Parade is not obstructing no traffic. There is people coming from St. Anne's, people coming from Marval, where you're sending that traffic. So that is my little concern. And back to the let me just a little piece. The 30s police force that they want to put up. You know, in 1973, in the days of Guy Harewood and them fellas running, we had police and army patrols going. Police was living in army camps, and they were doing a fine job until the soldiers becoming corrupted with the police. They start beating people, throwing away people. So it was a combination of madness, and that is why they stopped it. Now we're looking at our cost. How much it costs to play the fool up in the yard? How much it costs? So let us look at. They're talking about the OPR. To do anything, you're supposed to go through the OPR with a contract. When did that contract went out so that they can start that work? I am suffering from that right now. I did some. Government department is owing me 3 years of service render, and now the chairman of that area is telling me in 2023 when the OPR came out, all work they do, all work supposed to go through for 10 years. Here it is. I have an existing contract that they renew, and he's telling me he cannot pay me until the OPR speak on it. So I think that my brothers, I hope that you all can investigate that stupidness. Where who tender for that work that we talk about it Wednesday and entire Friday? Where is the tender in process? My brothers, take it from me.
Somebody will probably have to do a freedom of information query to get that, because clearly the government is not telling us, because the Minister of Homeland Security,
wasn't that a formal complaint made to the OPR by the opposition?
I'm not sure, concerning the tendering process for these things.
Yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the OPR is supposed to be looking into it. So I don't understand why. Well, I mean, you could make the decision to build your police post, whatever. But if you have procurement legislation, just follow the procurement legislation, Why try to bypass it? I'm not saying that they have it, but I'm just saying, why would they bypass it? You should follow it because there are rules and regulations, and all of the decisions and money that is being spent in the police post comes under some ministry. That ministry has a PS, and that PS is the accounting officer. So the accounting officer should not sign off unless the proper procurement process was followed. So I want to believe the proper process was followed. I mean, I don't know, but I can't see a PS signing off on it and wasn't, because the PS is personally liable,
Yes.
as the accounting officer. So I'm confused about the whole thing. That why would the procurement process have been bad? But if they did circumvent it, then to me it comes back to the PS.
And nothing is going to happen to the politicians, Richard. The public just had to wait until elections now, you know. That's what's happening in this place, you know. You just had to wait until elections, you know. You know what I mean? And clearly the UNC is either convinced that they can't ever lose an election again, or that they will lose the next one, or have problems coming on to the end of the term. So they're putting things in place now. One of them is true. Something is going to give, you know. We can't continue like this, you know. Something is going to give. I don't know what, but something is going to give. Country can't be under the stress every single day, so for every single issue. Oh, come on. It's tiring. Do you have any more calls there, Peter?
We do have. Well, we had a call coming in.
All right. Because this issue is I mean, and where they're going to be sending, who wants to get to Marval and St. Anne's and Cascade, more specifically St. Anne's and Cascade. Marval people could come up the western side of the savannah and go their way. You understand? But what about getting around to St. Anne's and Cascade during that time? Every little thing happening around the top of that savannah does have massive traffic. You know? I don't know if they're not thinking.
Maybe they have a plan. Maybe they have a plan, Wendell. You know.
No, but somebody said it in the chat. Somebody said it in the chat. Let me see if I can find the thing. Right. Sadia Andrews is saying they're trying to change our history. I don't doubt that. It's almost like if they're insisting that everything that was happening for the last 9-10 years needs to change. The way that happened and the people who did it, they all need to go and it needs to change. It's almost like if there's an obsession, there's a determination to reverse everything.
But Wendell, Independence Day wasn't for the last 9 or 10 years. It was always in the grandstand area there.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. It's like if it's to change it. We didn't have it last year. Well, if we're having it this year, it's not going back where it was. We are changing that. You understand? It's that determination to just change, remove, upset, topple over, get rid of. It's an obsession.
No, Wendell, it's not an obsession. It's a template.
We do have a caller on the line. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Wendell, you're absolutely right, but I don't know why you're surprised. Aren't you seeing the Trump politics going on in Trinidad and Tobago?
I'm not surprised.
Politics. Huh?
I say I'm not surprised, you know.
Yeah,
I'm just fed up.
Anything that happens in the United States, whatever tactics that happens in the United States, if you want to predict what's going to happen in Trinidad, look at the US news and what Donald Trump is doing and know that those things are going to happen in Trinidad. Just now you're going to see ICE agents on the streets of Trinidad and Tobago hunting down Venezuelans and Guyanese and Jamaicans. Those I didn't tell earlier. Anyway, the reason that I call is this. I know the organization is severely compromised, but I am wondering what is the contribution that that investigative arm of the police for security risk. What is the unit name again? Help me, Wendell.
The security risk.
Yeah.
Who would do that? The
SSA?
Special branch? SSA?
No, not special branch. Special branch.
Mm-hmm.
What a special branch? What is special branch observation or contribution to this, with hundreds of people being right outside President's house. Gathering right outside President's house. We don't have a security risk for that. We don't see no security risk for that, right? Pay that no mind. The people and them who just be complaining about the explosions of fireworks on the other side of the savannah. Why are not hearing them with the 21 gun salute for right in front of the zoo? Right? We only gone too far talking about traffic, because just as the zoo for Independent Carnival, they could reroute the traffic from Cascade and things, send St. Anne traffic on the left and Marval traffic on the right, on the opposite side of the savannah. That's a small issue. What about those 2 points that I just mentioned there? The security risk for the President's house, having all those people outside President's house, the money that is going to be spent, that you say you're saving from taking down the savannah, you're going to spend that or more to put up a new stand for the dignitaries. And I don't like how that last column misled the population, right? The stands wasn't for John public. Yes, you needed special invitation, but certain people would get special invitation. The Archbishop, this lawyer, that lawyer. John public was always supposed to be on the grounds, watching the thing from on the grassroots level, right? John public was. I don't think John public was ever publicly invited to the stands for independence. I was just dignitaries and who know who of who the thing. I could not just go say put in an application for invitation to the grandstand. You might have get through and you was a counselor, whatever. You know who the right numbers to call. But John public couldn't just ask for invitation to go there and sit down. All right?
Yeah, I'll respond to that when you finish.
About that situation, right? Security risk. What does guard an emergency? Not guard an emergency. Special branch. Right? Don't mind. I know the whole police service is compromised and beckoning to the will of this government. So I don't expect special branch to come out with anything significant. But if they do, it will be muted, and the expense to build a stand for VIP, or if they're not building a stand for VIP, that will explain that if they're not building it now, would justify why the Prime Minister do attend. You understand?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things in the matrix.
Lincoln, let me correct you.
It will be very interesting.
Lincoln, let me correct you. I said, let me correct you. I don't think that the TTPS is bowing to the will of this government. I do not believe
that they're bowing to the will of this government.
I believe this government is bowing to the will of the TTPS.
Richard, I'm not hearing you too well.
Yeah, but when you hang up Lincoln, he will respond, because I want to respond to a couple of things also.
Well, let me say this with Richard. I beg to differ. When a commissioner...
You didn't hear what I said? You heard what I said, right?
I didn't hear what you said. Go ahead.
I believe that the government is bowing to the will of the TTPS. I think it's the other way around.
Okay. Well, that may be so. I'm not going to disagree with you or argue with you at that point. 6 are one, half a dozen of the other. Right? 6 are one, half a dozen of the other. Because when you have two organizations, the government and the police service, telling you that a radar that was incapable of finding drugs in a river with a boat that had no engine, drug dealers just leave $300 million of drugs on a river in a boat with no engine. I seriously question the integrity of both organizations, right? And we have no journalists in this country to ask, show me the drugs now, where it is? What will they do with the drugs? Since I left find all this drugs, where it is? Let me get a video of, not just show me bags, show me drugs, $300 million in drugs, right? We have no journalists in this country. We have no journalists to ask the prison commissioner, Mr. Commissioner, how much people we have sentenced to hard labor in the prison, so we could get an idea of how much, if this thing comes through the government, how much actual bodies we would have on the ground to do this CPEP work, right? Because there is not normal prisoners usually, not just the people sentenced to hard labor. How much people do we have on the list of prisoners sentenced to hard labor? No journalist asking the right questions in this country. all we have is maybe the journalist fraternity compromised just like the TTPS. I don't know. The only person who seemed to be asking hard questions is the one who they say was UNC when PNM was in power. What is his name? Akasamaru. Right? And now all of a sudden he is UNC, he is PNM because he asked him, he doing his job. Right? So I'll leave it there, gentlemen, and give room for some other people to call. Have a good morning.
Yeah. The issue of invitations to the parade at the grandstand in the Queen's Park Savannah. You know, when I went into council, I always found it strange that the Port of Spain City Council, who is in charge of the city, was never invited to the parade. And I queried about it. You know me, I like to just get at stuff. And only the mayor received an invitation to the parade in the city. No member of council received an invitation. And when Martin Joseph became Minister of National Security, I said, Martin, what's shipping us? Why is this city not invited to the parade? Because all the invitations are given out at the Ministry of National Security. All. You know, invitations don't come from anywhere else, but from under the hand of the Minister of National Security, right? And he said, oh, I didn't know that. And he investigated it and he fixed it. For the first time, every member of council received an invitation to go to the grandstand for the parade. Now, when you go there, you see all manner of folks there. Of course, it's mostly military or quasi-military people there with their family and so on, right? Because they would have gotten an invitation through the Ministry of National Security, where all invitations come from. I don't know if that has since changed. So that's how the council started getting invited. Prior to that, it was only the mayor being invited. I don't know if they still get invitations, because I think after Martin left, that was the end of that. No invitations came. Only Miss Hope, Marcia Hope. I don't know if she still listens to us, but she used to listen to our show in the previous dispensation. She was the one used to pursue that and make sure it happened for us. So I don't know how invitations are given out now and who are going to get invitations for the structure. I suspect that structure is strictly for the VIP. So the people, ordinary people, anybody else will simply have to find a space in the area to look at the parade. What kind of formation it will take, we have absolutely no idea. We knew what was happening at the grandstand, in front of the grandstand, all those years. But Dean Allen even suggested, and I don't know why that can't happen, that the parade could take place between the North Stand and the Grandstand, where there is a significant paved area. What's stopping it from taking place in that space? I don't know. Maybe it's too small. I don't know what they're going to do, people. It's just a wait and see. You understand? But I can't see this being anything temporary if it's being pitched. The stand, the structure could probably remove. But how do you remove any pitch?
Wendell, before you continue, let's see if we can close out the morning poll and give the results, shall we?
Yeah, sure. Of course, our poll this morning was, do you support the change of venue at the Queen's Park Savannah for the Independence Day Parade? You would have voted yes or you would have voted no, and our poll results are up. 8% of you said yes, you do support the change. 92% said no. 92% said no. All right? So, but guess what? The change is coming. What's that tune? Who's to sing that tune again, Richard? Change is coming. Well, change is here.
So many people got a version of that song.
Mm-hmm. Change is here, people. Believe it or not, change is here. You understand? And you either take it or leave it. Wait until the next 3.5 years. I think that's what's left of this term. And hope that you could make a change, or you maintain the status quo and you take wherever you get. Right? I'm prepared to take wherever I get. Trust me. I don't see much hope for Trinidad and Tobago for a long, long time.
Nah, man. I'm still hopeful and I'm optimistic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I'm not. Sorry to say. I'm not.
And Trinidad is named after the Holy Trinity, you know, Wendell. Catholics, for Catholics, that's like a force field, you know. No matter what challenges, the country shall overcome and be victorious. Because you can't be named after the Holy Trinity and get bad.
You think? Okay. Anyway, our lines are still open, people. We have about 10 minutes before the news. Sam Cooke is one of the people. Well, I think he was the first singer of it, actually. Change is coming. But I accept certain things. You see, when maybe it's because of my own personal experiences why I feel there is very little hope.
No, you're just older, and older people get very cynical. You need to take some vitamins and get a little youth back into your life. All the old people just get cynical fast, you know.
Well, you know, as I said, maybe it's because of my personal experiences why I
No,
feel
because
that
you're old.
I give up on people, Richard. I give up on people, boy. I give up on people. Anyway, 281-1315 and 299-5156. We are talking anything you want to talk.
That's why we do have a caller on the line already. Caller, good
That's how
morning.
cynical Zena is.
Zena bitter still.
Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning. I want to correct something. I'm watching it on people on a morning. I want to correct something with the grandstand. What happens? I used to go to the grandstand. I was just a simple, everyday person, right? The grandstand is to be separated for dignitaries and non-dignitaries. If you are a normal person, you get there early, you go in the grandstand. There's a particular part for the everyday public. There's a part we have in the back for the executive. So I just wanted to correct that. That ordinary people are allowed to go there, but a lot of people don't turn up. You have to reach there early. You go in, the police will guide them where to go, and they enjoy the program.
Okay, thanks for that. Yeah. So there was a part of the grandstand here saying that was for ordinary folks, not for the dignitaries alone. You know what I mean? Well, I used to go parade as a young boy growing up. We used to walk up to the savannah, myself, Miles, my cousin, David Fernandez, Chris Fabian. We used to walk up to the savannah and just find a space and watch the parade. We used to literally had to be, because back then was throngs and throngs of people in the savannah going to the parade. Of course, that has lessened. A lot of people now on the route find strategic places on the route, you know. And especially down St. James there by Roxy Roundabout, where they will go around and enter the barracks from there. I know at one point in time it started to disperse further up Long Circular Road, at that part of the barracks, because they actually used to go into the barracks at one point in time. But I think now they go up Long Circular Road and disperse. I'm not sure what. I haven't been to the parade in a few years, so I can't tell you what actually takes place now. I look at it on television when I can, and that's where my independence is. You know? Yeah. I'm seeing a message here from Victoria Selma Francis. Can you wish my grandson Nathan, who is 14 today? All right. His name is Nathan, and it's coming from his grandmother and mommy. Nathan, happy 14th birthday. From your grandmommy and your mommy. All right?
We do have a caller on the line.
Yeah.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Well said, Lincoln. Well said. You know, I'm trying to understand this move to the in front of the president's house for the parade. Years ago, every year, the people in the zoo complain about the fireworks. So are they not going to have fireworks? Because they've gone right up in the zoo face, right? So I'm trying to understand what is they trying to do with this, moving it from the savannah and going there. I don't know. They have me dizzy. And my next point is, could you all tell me what is the reason this government is not bringing out the $100 bill with our national instrument, the steel band on it? Because I saw on the news last night where they say it's not coming out until 2030. I mean, it's until they demit office to bring it out. What is going on? I wish y'all could get somebody from Central Bank and ask them what is the reason. Because I think it's on the $20 bill, I'm not sure. Anyway, but the $100 bill had the national instrument on it. And up to now, it can't come. We can't see it launch. What it is? This thing
Well, aren't all the bills supposed to have the national instrument?
Yes. And the thing is, they only saying it's going to come out, the $100 bill. I think it was in circulation. I could be wrong, but to me it was in circulation, and this government pulled it back, pulled it off. And up to now, you telling me 2030? Why? What happened to next year? I don't understand it. And I wish you all could get somebody from Central Bank to talk to them and ask them what is causing the delay in that bill, that $100 bill not coming out until 2030. I said, my God, yes, madness.
All right, I didn't see that report. I didn't see it in the news either. But let me tell you my prediction, and I made it here on this radio station already. The old cotton bill going to come back. Trust me.
Oh God, yeah, I heard so. You know, some of them still have berry in the yard, under the carpet, in the wall. Lord, yeah, boy, it's going to be a free for all. Jesus, but remember, the judge gave a lady who was denied coming into Trinidad due to the COVID, and she had her some money to change, and he ordered, I think, that she be able to change it. So that's what it started. You're right. Because, oh yes, well said, Wendell. Y'all have a blessed.
Take care.
Congratulations in that pan. Bye.
All right.
Wendell, the cotton bill is not coming back. It is not coming back. You see, when all the two old people talking, I didn't really want to get involved there, but let me get involved. It is not coming back.
Okay. All right. Richard Prasad Bizessa, or Richard Tanku.
It is not coming back.
Richard Tanku, or Richard Hawaii. Richard Hawaii. Watch and see. I'm telling you, everything
the currency
PNM,
move on.
this government is
the currency move on, or they happen back to all kind of thing now. All kind of thing, or they going back to, or they going back to all kind of thing. Come on,
will be reversed. Everything. Watch
tame that PNM to banker, tame it.
Let me see if I could see some messages here. Oh, I'm seeing Gary Griffith sent out a thing that why he's questioning the legality of U.S. personnel at the police post. Apparently, U.S. personnel involved in the police post. It says former police commissioner Gary Griffith is questioning the legality of having United States security personnel operate alongside local officers at the government's planned joint army police post. Griffith's comment came after Homeland Security Minister Rod Alexander suggested the possibility of U.S. personnel joining local officers at the facilities, saying it could be an added advantage. What's really going on in Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, I mean,
you knew about that?
Who, me?
Yeah, not homie. No. Homie is the pie man from a Bonjo. You know about that?
Who, me?
Yeah. Homie is the pie man from a bonjour.
No,
Something, homie.
why would I don't know if you think that somehow I have a secret position and I sit at the national security table, but I don't. So I have no clue about this. Gary Griffith has much more intel coming from what's going on, but is it that this? I'm just asking a question. Is it that they provisionally making them police officers by having them sworn in as police officers to assist? I don't know. I'm asking.
Richard,
Because
I
then
don't know what they're ensuring.
No, well, let me finish one then. Didn't they do something like that? Didn't Patrick Manning do something like that with British police officers, where they were kind of seconded? And yes, it had British police officers at one point here, and they were people from England who were drafted into the TTPS, and they were here for a while under Patrick Manning. You can remember that?
No, but I don't doubt it. They were made SRPs. They were made SRPs or something. So
whatever, yeah, there was a process that they did. Now, if Gary's listening, he could correct me if I'm wrong. There was some sort of process, and I remember one of them died in an accident. I remember that too. So I don't know if it is that or they're not doing that at all. That they're just accompanying.
Richard dropped off. Yeah,
the police officers and the thing except be just a face or assisting in intelligence behind the scenes, because you wouldn't have any powers of arrest unless you were to make them some sort of SRP or something like that.
Well, what Gary
just like
is responding,
just like army will not have any powers of arrest. I mean, outside of an SOE. They wouldn't have any powers.
Richard, if I have to take this article, Gary is responding to a comment from Homeland Security Minister.
Hold on, gentlemen. Hold on. We need to pause in this conversation for just a little bit. It is after 8. We do need to go for the news. We are running a little behind. So let's pause on this for now, and we'll come back to it after our news break.
All right, great.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is News Now on Net Radio and Guile TV. I am Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. The United States government says it is working to support private sector projects in Trinidad and Tobago as both countries seek to strengthen trade and investment ties. U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Christopher Landau made the commitment during a private sector dinner hosted by the American Chamber of Commerce of Trinidad and Tobago and the U.S. Embassy. Landau said recent investments and continued interest from U.S. companies provide reason for optimism about the economic relationship between the two countries. The August 10th meeting brought together senior U.S. officials and local business representatives to discuss energy, investment, and supply chain security. Landau said stronger commercial ties could help deepen cooperation and support projects that benefit Trinidad and Tobago's economy. The Ministry of Justice has begun work with key justice and security agencies to modernize rehabilitation and prepare for the implementation of the Parole Act 2026. Justice Minister Devesh Maharaj held a strategic meeting with senior officials from the Prison Service, Judiciary, Police Service, and Ministry of Homeland Security. Maharaj said the justice system must move beyond traditional approaches and adopt evidence-based methods to help rehabilitate offenders. The meeting also examined the systems and resources needed to implement the new parole legislation, including supervised reintegration for people released from custody. Officials are also considering international practices and assessment tools used in countries such as the United Kingdom and Norway to determine inmates' progress and readiness to return to society. Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander says the rollout of 30 Joint Army police posts remains on track for completion within 4 months. Alexander said work is being accelerated as government seeks to strengthen public safety and security, with some units expected to become operational this week. He also confirmed the posts are being built with reinforced framing designed to make them difficult to penetrate, although he declined to disclose their individual cost. Asked whether U.S. security personnel could eventually operate alongside local officers at the posts, Alexander declined to give details, saying additional measures could be announced later. The initiative has faced criticism over its design and implementation, but Alexander defended the project, saying government is responding to calls from communities for a greater security presence. An investigation is underway into the disappearance of 3 firearms belonging to municipal police officers in the Port of Spain division. The weapons were reported missing during an arms check at around 5 this morning at Central Police Station on St. Vincent Street. The firearms had reportedly been lodged at the station on Monday, but could not be accounted for during the early morning inspection. Officials have not confirmed that the weapons were stolen, saying an administrative error could be responsible. Investigators are checking when the firearms were brought to the station and who took possession of them, amid speculation they may have been mistakenly handed over to security personnel. The Caribbean Development Bank is financing a $27.1 million initiative to strengthen weather monitoring and early warning systems in Trinidad and Tobago and Belize. The project is being funded mainly through a $24.1 million grant from the Green Climate Fund, with additional financing from the CDB and the governments of the 2 countries. It will strengthen the ability of national agencies to detect, monitor, and forecast hazards including hurricanes, floods, droughts, and heat waves, while improving the delivery of timely warnings to vulnerable communities. The project will be implemented by the Caribbean Meteorological Organization in partnership with meteorological and disaster management agencies in Trinidad and Tobago and Belize. The CDB says stronger early warning systems are critical to protecting lives, infrastructure, and economic sectors as climate-related threats become more frequent and severe. Finally, U.S. President Donald Trump reportedly switched planes secretly after leaving a NATO summit in Turkey last month following a credible Iranian threat against his aircraft. U.S. media reports say Trump boarded Air Force One in view of television cameras before being moved to a smaller military aircraft using a catering truck, while journalists and some White House staff remained unaware of the switch. The reported operation came after renewed U.S. strikes on Iran and amid heightened security concerns over threats against Trump. The White House has not confirmed the plane swap, but officials have acknowledged that intelligence agencies had previously warned of a specific threat against the president or his aircraft. Trump later said Iran considers him its #1 target and that he faces a threat to his life all the time. The reports have also raised concerns about whether journalists traveling with the president should have been informed of the potential danger. And that is NETT Radio News at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Calling all you NETT Radio listeners and fans. It's time to pack your cooler, gather your crews. Join us on NETT Radio. NETT Radio. Halloween Cooler Crew in red, white, and black. On board the luxurious Island Royalty, Saturday, 15th of August, boarding at 7 p.m. from Hardcuts Shagaramas. We sail at 8 p.m. sharp. Enjoy great music all night long from your favorite NETT DJs, Sir Charles, CJ, Mr. Flavor, Doc International, RJ, and Fluffman.
Tell you you's a big dancer. Come show
Early bird tickets are just $200 after $250. Get your tickets now at Crosby in St. James, Rumba, St. James, Bobby's Bar in Crep, Pats International in Arima, K-Square Fashions at C3 Center, West Mall and Eastgate Small, and all NETT DJs. No glass bottles allowed. Bring your coolers, bring your crews, and let's celebrate together. NETT Radio, NETT Radio, Halloween Cooler Crew, Saturday, August the 15th, aboard the Island Royalty. For information, call 638-2609 or 497-7173. Call we on the scene.
myself.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Flavor Entertainment Services, your one-stop premium entertainment service provider. We offer top-tier, best-in-class karaoke and DJ services for your private events, sports bars and lounge. Let us help make your birthday parties, weddings, anniversaries, and corporate special events memorable and special. Call us now at 462-2029. We provide more than just music. We create memories that last.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
All right, we are back from our news. This news break is quick, and we come back quickly from this one. And
You think so?
yeah, but I've been noticing that it's a quick break. Anyway, we are back.
I don't find it's that quick. The only thing that is not done is that they don't play music at this point.
Don't we? We've never played a song at this point.
No, I don't think so.
And we should be playing Pan every day until the end of the month. Anyway, I got some information from a very reliable source that the newly proposed $100 bill with the Pan was never issued prior, contrary to what was just said by the caller. That's what someone said for me. So the $100 bill with the Pan apparently was never issued. You know?
So they say, and she's saying that on news last night, they said it was coming out in 2030.
Yes, the $100 bill.
But you're seeing the new coat of arms. I think the new coat of arms is being rolled out, isn't it?
Well, it's been rolled out over time. We were told, right, on the different notes. So it will go alongside the old ones until I guess they take the old ones out of circulation. That was always the intention, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I believe so.
Richard, I have a message on this chat for you.
Is it something that's going to enhance my day?
Yes, it will. Yes, it will for sure. It's from Marva Williams. She said, Richard, learn to speak well of God.
How's that enhancing my day?
I don't know. You just reach where you're reaching. If it wasn't for God, you wasn't reaching there.
What are you talking about?
Jay, just pull up your handbrakes, boy. You want to? You feel we don't.
No. I don't have a handbrakes that makes noise. I don't know if you know that. But that might have been the start stuff.
You better push your lever up and park or something.
So yeah, I don't understand that statement. Marva delirious or something?
I don't know. I don't know what is in relation to.
I don't know. Talking about Trinidad being under the Holy Trinity, maybe.
Oh, okay. Maybe messages don't always come through. Messages don't always come through at the same time that.
If it's not a comment that enhances my day for future reference, don't breed any comments to me, please. You could absorb whatever comments you want in the stream, I do not care.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So I guess we could go back to opening line. Let me see if I could see some chats that we could read. Carlisle Cupid says Mr. Lando was on the campaign trail in his news conference as he openly criticized the previous government for not being proactive enough with the relationship between the U.S. and Trinidad and Tobago. I took note of that too, but again, America wants what America wants, and right now, America wants anything that they could get from Trinidad and Tobago. And if they do have to pay for it, fine. Because we also hearing that they might have a hand in these buildings and these police posts. You understand? Because all of a sudden, we have money to put up 30 posts all over the country, and they ain't cheap. It clearly is a prefabricated kind of thing being put together. I even saw a post that it's something straight out of some product somebody selling. It's a product that looks exactly like our police post that someone in the US is selling. So it must be come down on some big boat or ship. We shipping all the parts and it's just assembling. Put a concrete base, dig up a hole for a cesspit and soak away, because that is unless it. I don't think that those things connect into the sewer system. I think they put in a cesspit and soak away, and find plumbing for it and electricity for it, and that is it. Or run a generator or some kind of thing.
All right.
I would love. So we have a call.
Calls, and we do have a caller on the line. Caller, good morning.
Richard, I don't know if you don't want to fight that fight, but there was fight I like to fight. You see, in response to the woman who made that statement here, when your God learns to do better or do things good, we go talk good about him.
Yeah. Don't God bash you. Don't God bash you.
Well, you have the mic yourself. Let me make my contribution, okay? Right? When they stop making babies with cancer, and when he stop making having earthquakes that killing hundreds of thousands of people, or when he giving you he blessing you with your car, with a car, we giving you a parking spot. Everybody want to thank God for that. When he could not do them things, we could talk about him better. I digress. Okay?
What?
That idea.
Marva, you see where it comes?
I don't know if you don't want to fight that fight, Richard, but I go fight it for you. Don't worry, I have you. I have your back.
Okay, thank you. I have no energy.
Man.
First thing all us ball out when all in problems is, oh God. Why are you balling that out?
Because we have been cultured and colonized into saying that and believing that. But once you wake up, you just realize, hey, Nancy stories, BS.
Ball out Obal or Beelzebub. Why you say that? Why you balling out God for?
Because we were colonized when we were brainwashed. Okay? Another thing is the factor that I didn't consider too, before when the parade was where it was, you just had to hit Frederick Street, make a right at Park and you're back on base. Now we had to walk all around the savannah, then hit Frederick, then hit Park, then putting the troops under more pressure. You understand?
Yeah, it's a longer parade.
You imagine them little Girl Guides and scouts and the police and the soldiers, they think them trained for that. But they are talking about they have a battalion with some elderly women and men. They're in blue. I don't remember what the thing is. Right? Then you have the Girl Guides, then you have the scouts. Little youths and them, you put them under pressure. Right?
Yeah, well, again, change is coming.
Change. People are saying the change is coming. Is it, man? All right.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't really tell now, Lincoln, because
it's here. Let me tell you something. You know what this government has managed to do over the last month? The Joshua Samaru and Kayasili off the front burner. The issue of a former government minister threatening a current government minister through some alleged gangster with death off the front burner. The two senators who apparently allegedly bribe a government senator to get their vote off the front burner. You understand? The issue of Balize House and how it was funded off the front burner. Everything has gone off the front burner. All the news that you think is real news, off the front burner. And here we are talking where the parade going. Oh, Jesus. I fed up at this place, I'm telling all you.
Good point, Wendell. Good point. Have a good day,
I'm fed up. All right, take care. I'm fed up at this place. It is tiring. And I'm telling all you, anyway.
I'm sure some Americans say that about America too.
True, because I mean there's a story breaking, I don't know if you all saw it, that Donald Trump refused to go on not refused, he went on the plane, the Air Force One or whatever they call it, to get back to wherever he was going. And he escaped through a side door and went in the van that does bring the food for the planes, and went on another plane because apparently he was under threat that Iran was looking to bomb that plane he was on. But guess what? All the White House staff and everybody else remained on the plane, So all of them were dead and he all right. Because he escaped and went on some other plane. They show you it and I watch it, this the guy say, but what crazy this is this? They show you the food van that is bring to the plane. It's parked up at the side of the plane, and apparently he went into that food van and went on another plane and leave everybody on that plane to get bomb up. Of course, nothing happened. And they say when the plane landed, he landed in another plane ahead of that plane. The same van went back and put him on, well, not the same van, but they went back and put him on board the plane that he was supposed to be on to make it look like if he was always there. What do you think this message is? Thanks, Carla Cupid. The Hadid, the conspiracy to kill the Prime Minister and several other cabinet ministers. Lock up what's the man named? Dominic Hadid and his wife and the aunt for a whole month and more. Off the front burner too. Right now we're talking about the parade and the traffic and the tiredness of the people. Oh, Jesus Christ, Lord.
Yes, of course we do still have a caller on the line. We still have the calls coming in. Caller, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Wendell, Richard, and
good morning.
Wendell, you see that Boeing thing to the Prime Minister? He really takes that to heart, It's really his home, Hence the reason why they move that parade and put up the road up.
But how that going to stop the Boeing?
Well, I don't think they have any safety dignitaries like these people, where the public would have access to board them. So hence the reason for that. But I listened to an interview yesterday with Beverly Ramsey Moore, with Tony and Dale, and what she said, the $100 bill is going to be issued this month. In the month of August, he said Central Bank gave that undertaking that is going to be issued this month. So we'll wait and see if that is ready when it comes to pass. Also, I don't know what's the reason why they can't still where these police posts coming from, because it's prefab, and why they can't give the cost of it. What's the difference in that? Why can't they say how it was procured and who are the contractors installing them? Is that too difficult for us to get that information?
I would hope that the Minister of Homeland Security, instead of blowing in bag and mispronouncing simple words, would come to us and tell us something. I would hope so. I would hope so. At some point in time, they will tell us, because he said that, I think and I'm paraphrasing here, that the cost don't matter at this stage. In this day and age, you saying telling people the cost don't matter? How much it costing to erect 30 police posts don't matter? And the media, as I say, they appear beaten. I mean, outside of this show, I don't know who else actually raises these issues. I don't know which other show raises these issues and keeps you engaged like we do. Because, I mean, I know the other show and you just call the name there. Most people just be snoring when they're watching or listening to that show. That much I can tell you.
Of course, we do have another caller on the line. Caller, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Peter. Good morning, Wendell, and good morning to Richard.
Morning.
Wendell, I really laugh. Trump left his Air Force One and all, but if the reports were true, you want some people that die, and he in business.
No, he ain't care.
I this is something I thought it was a joke, to tell you the truth, because it just said he got credible report that Iran was going to bomb between the US on, and he sneak out and left the rest of the people.
Mm-hmm. And then went back on board the plane when it landed to pretend like he was always on it.
He was on it all the time. Oh God, it's never a dull moment in Trinidad.
America's tweet.
Same kind of people. Trump and Trumpina. It is now. I hardly hear people talking about it though. Last week when the Prime Minister, I don't know if you all remembered, but when the Prime Minister spoke about getting rid of like a dependency syndrome, in my words, right? Dependency syndrome, and criticizing people who then put this things in place for a later day and want to depend on people who sacrifice, work hard, and pay taxes and want to use their money now to support them. You remember that? It was to those effect, when there last week?
No, I didn't. I didn't follow much last week. Sorry.
Okay. Although, okay, the vulnerable people, all they put things in all in place, all they make mistakes, and all they see what all they sell, all they are none to get. You see, people who work hard and things, they ain't going to see what all you. So she said, those things like my lot and all that ain't coming back here from what I read. Those things are not going to be back to help any of the people who are at risk. She is not bringing those things back. So in other words, the how would I say, the thing of the Trinidad, what it is, our patrimony, right? Is it only for people who have? What about the vulnerable, the invalids, the people who just can't do anything for themselves? They cannot prosper or benefit from anything that the country has now. It's only the working class. This Madam Prime Minister is only the working class. In other words, she tells people, all want to make 5 and 6 and 7 children, mind them. Yeah, this is people who are spoken about it. They ask me the first person, the Prime Minister say, making plenty children, get them supported for themselves. That's the impression you get as to what she said. And she did not sound as if she's the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago at all. She sounded as though she just winning some people. The rest of all you could go wherever. But not money. So I'm not hearing people speaking about at all. And the next point is this. What is this? Sobers. What Sobers is again? CARICOM, yeah. Minister of Foreign Affairs. Foreign and CARICOM Affairs. When they signed the MOU with the deputy, for the man from the United States, Orlando. Yeah, we say already, the place is because investors coming, and things will be so much. Now, in fact, you already say that you've seen the benefits of it already. I can't see we are seeing benefits of something that the ink ain't dried properly yet, but we've seen benefits. This thing going to take about 1.5 years to 2 years to reach anywhere. How could we see the benefits from now? We will be in the future, but don't say we already see the benefits. No, I think they just talk things like they're going on the chat GPT and get information on certain things, because that can't be real talk, That had to be AI. Anyway, you all have a wonderful day. Bye.
Yeah, take care. All right. So as I tell all, there are so many stories that you have to deal with and you have to try to keep up with, that it's almost impossible. It's every day something is happening in this place. Every day something is changing, and something major, so that you just can't keep up. These aren't minor issues. They are major issues that's coming up every single day. You know, something has to give. I don't know what, but something has to give. You know. Anyway, we still taking your calls.
Of course. The calls seem to just keep coming, and we do have a caller on the line already. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Mr. Charles. Wendell, morning.
Yeah.
Morning. Wendell?
Yes, sir.
Really? All right. Where Richard is it?
No, Richard off a bit.
All right, Wendell, you might know that. Are you having any fireworks in Arima? You been there?
Sorry?
If you having any fireworks and in Arima when you been there?
I don't know. If all year, I've never been involved in the Arima fireworks. I've never been involved in any fireworks, as a matter of fact.
All right. I use the wrong word. If they haven't any fireworks in Arima, send you from Arima. You might know.
No, I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I know Tunapuna used to also have a big thing in the Etihad ground. The police post might and the gas line might affect that. I don't know.
The gas line, and they go block whatever. You know,
could you imagine if one of the fireworks go and hit the police post? Oh Lord!
But you know, I was lying on, and my mind run back on this police post on Etihad ground, right? You know, a lot of people that's gone Etihad ground to exercise, right?
Yes.
I used to go there and walk on Etihad ground and exercise during carnival time or any time. Real people just walk there. I wonder if somebody have some big friend go and walk there, boy. Or some girlfriend go down and walk there and do what protection, boy. Because I know it's a certain time people went and walk there on a serious note and they get robbed. I know people went to walk on the Etihad ground in the morning, 4 o'clock. I used to go there sometimes 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. And you don't know who and who outside is. So I don't know if the police post is to protect them people who can walk on Carnival and on Christmas and things. But that Donald Trump issue. You know, in America, in New York, have about 3 different beasts. You know? The motor car, the beast.
The 3 different what?
Beast. The motor car, they call it the beast.
Okay, all right. Yes, the beast. Okay, yes.
Yeah. And sometimes when the president announced they might be coming through Brooklyn Avenue or something, sometimes they go on a different avenue.
Well, true. I would imagine security would dictate certain things at some times.
Right?
Yeah.
So when the man get detailed information about they want to bomb the plane, I don't know how we come out the plane, and if the plane still fly without it.
That's what they're reporting. And a matter of fact, last night on international news, they were actually showing you the van, the food van. I call it food van for the purposes of this show. The food van parked up next to the plane, and they said that's where he went into.
Yeah, so he was in the airport there. He come out the plane and went in another plane in the same airport.
Yes.
Fly away, they say. They say he fly away. And
yes.
The plane he's supposed to, Air Force One, he's supposed to fly in, continue to fly by himself. But the pilots have to be mad too.
Well, they may not know. Remember, they're taking security instructions. The pilot don't have a choice.
So the pilot and them think he on the plane.
Well, apparently they pretended he was still on the plane. That's what they said.
The plane. Hey, President has some kind of protection and protocol in the window. President of the American state. You see the president and the Pope, them are some of the most serious protection in the world.
Yes.
Yeah, boy. All right, boy. Take care.
All right. Yes, take care. Nicola McNichols, that's where I saw it. on Alibaba, the exact same thing that's being built as our police post. I saw it for sale. I think it was like $37,000 for it. It's a storage. It's being sold as a storage on Alibaba. And it looks the exact same way. That's why I saw it. Thanks for reminding me.
Of course, we are still taking calls. We do have a caller on the line right now. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen, gentle people. Morning, Richard, Wendell and Richard and the other gentleman there. Wendell, you all have calling me from Ethiopia. You have people calling me from Ethiopia this morning to find out if you're free all of a sudden to say good morning to people in Ethiopia when they were reading the what do you call it, the WhatsApp.
Oh, well, I don't get the WhatsApp. And this morning is not Sir Charles, it's his son. I don't get the WhatsApp, but I don't forget to say good morning and good evening to people.
Yeah.
But you didn't say good morning to Ethiopians this morning.
I didn't say it today, but I generally say it.
They only heard Richard. Richard was the only one who generally say around the globe. But, anyway. But,
whatever time zone.
That's how you guys are. But anyway, I saw that thing what Ms. Dabney was talking about. And you called a lot of different people what about other peoples who have many kids and stuff. But I'm asking, what about the thousands and thousands of people that she sent home? They sent home when they took power, when they took office. They sent them so many thousands, and then she goes on the TV and on the radio and talk that kind of crap nonsense. This woman, I don't know. She's totally emulating this man here in America. I hope she can take a fall like when he takes the fall, November. Because he's trying his best to hold on to certain powers because he said it himself. Or they're going to impeach him if they win. If the Democrats get into power with all the other senators, all the other officers, they will impeach him. And all the corruption he's doing, no matter what he does, he will have to pay for that. And then we will be able to catch Mr. Netanyahu, the war crime criminal. He won't be able to land here in America because as soon as he lands, then we will put him in, we'll lock him up and charge him, take him back to the Hague. Kamala is becoming a disgrace. Every time she does something, she's becoming a disgrace. Somebody from this country here is not from the Caribbean or anywhere. He saw that with me. And he's asking me, is she the Prime Minister of Trinidad for real? And saying things like this? She is not the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. She's certain people. Trinidadians, please, I beg you all, Trinidadians and Tobagonians, make note of all of these so when election comes again, you all know what to do. You all have a good day.
Yeah, all right, thanks. Yeah, generally I say good afternoon to the folks in Ethiopia and good evening to the folks in Japan. I generally do those two special greetings. I may not do it every day, but I don't forget. But Captain Ron and Fifi and Mahi, just know that I am, so if all goes well, God willing, coming to Ethiopia in October. As a matter of fact, I think they buy me a ticket yesterday. So I will be coming, God willing, to Ethiopia in October for my birthday. And for your birthday too, Captain Ron. I think your birthday is around that same time too. So hopefully you'll meet me there. Yeah. Yes. Our lines are still open. Hey, Richard, you're back home, man. Yeah, good. Good. I don't know how you make out with that traffic that hour you just go there, huh? I really don't.
All right, of course, we have a caller on the line. Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
About the Queen's Park Savannah, since growing up, I always heard this Queen's Park Savannah was a place where you can build permanent structure. But I did some research, as you guys was discussing this morning, and there's no agreement in the National Archives that states that the Queen's Park Savannah was gifted or that no permanent structure could be built there. The Queen's Park Savannah was purchased in 1817 by the then governor, Sir Ralph Whitford, who was the governor of Trinidad and Tobago, and he purchased it for the government for £6,000. I can find no agreement, that's why it doesn't exist, that it was gifted by the family purchased it from, and there's no agreement that states there's no permanent structure to be built there. I think that is a local government decision, but there's no agreement in the National Archive or information that states that.
Have you seen the actual sales agreement?
No, I'm looking at the National Archive at it, and it has a historical record.
Okay, I can ask someone in City Council, because there are people who have been there for years and years and years, and they're still around, former CEOs and so on. I can ask them to give me a little idea of the history of the Savannah, because I know the Port of Spain Corporation, their responsibility only extends from the pitchwalk to the road, you know. They don't have responsibility for inside the Savannah, you know. Inside the Savannah is a Ministry of Agriculture responsibility / NCC. NCC has responsibility for the Savannah during the carnival time, right? Hence, they deal with that. And outside of that, the Ministry of Agriculture is the one who maintains the Savannah. The corporation is from the pitchwalk to the road. In other words, all where the vending is going around the Savannah and so on, and maintaining those areas, the Port of Spain Corporation responsible for that. That's as far as I'm aware. I don't know if that has since changed, but I can always check.
And there's a deed of conveyance on file for the Savannah. It was originally agricultural land, but the National Archives lays it out. So, you know, and my second point is on the police post. It would be interesting to find out the composition of if there is actual U.S. personnel in that post, because I should think that if U.S. personnel were to assist the Trinidad government in any policing, it is actual people who are experienced in policing, not military personnel. Military personnel are not trained and suited for police work, because there was a report that Navy SEALs were in Trinidad, and I was wondering, you know, military training and police training is two different things. You know, police training, police are assisted by the FBI, the DEA, the alcohol fire, ATF. You know, but who is actually in this police post if they are military personnel? Because you don't want military personnel to be advising you for police in action. They're not trained for that type of work. So it would be very interesting to find out if indeed military personnel are in this police post, what is the composition? Because that's a thing that if you have to get advice for policing from a foreign country, it should be in a police command center at a higher level, not in police posts. But it would be very interesting to get that information and find out what is going on with those police posts in terms of foreign advice and help. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Time will tell if that story of U.S. personnel being stationed at these police posts will actually come to fruition. We will find out. Sadia Andrew says Ethiopia, the only country that was able to escape the wicked colonizers. Cannot wait to touch the ground of this great nation. Long live Ethiopia. Very often people ask me if I am Ethiopian. So Sadia, you have to be an extremely pretty person, because all Ethiopian women are the absolute prettiest in the entire Africa and possibly the globe. Okay, put up a picture now. Let me see. Let's see. Oh, yes.
Yes, indeed. And the calls don't stop. The calls don't stop. We have hope.
Yep, keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's me again, gentlemen. I just wanted to add something. I played back something and I heard that you're talking about the airplane, the Air Force One. Now listen, there are more than one airplanes, okay? It's not just one airplane. Understand? So it was deliberately done to make him appear to be on one airplane while he was on another airplane. So you don't have just one Air Force One, and the airplane becomes Air Force One anytime the president is on board the airplane. Then if he goes on Caribbean Airlines, that becomes Air Force One. That's how it works.
Yeah.
So
Thanks for clearing that up. Because
yeah.
it was said that they maintained the same call signals to give the appearance that he was still on that particular plane.
On that particular plane, but he was on another airplane.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister of Trinidad on one of the airplanes become Trinidad One.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Right.
he was on the airplane, and the pilots are not crazy, according to Mr. Grant. So if I'm flying an airplane, I hear there's supposed to be some kind of thing to blow it up. I'm not even going near the airplane. When I go, they fly me out. I ain't going. You know what I mean? Truthfully. All right, guys.
All right, take care. Yeah, that's sorry. They even have a meme showing you the President Trump, fall up inside of one of the food carts. You know, the carts that is pushed through the aisle. They show you him hiding inside one of those. I don't know if you saw it, Richard. Or Peter. Your mic muted, Richard.
Oh no, I didn't see it. Did somebody do a meme or something?
Yes. And they show you him fall up like a roti inside of the food cart.
Oh Lord, you know, people who do not rest.
Oh Lord. Never adulty. But of course, we're still following the news of the disaster in Colombia with the earthquake. We haven't had an update on the death toll, yes. We've never even had a final death toll in the earthquake in Venezuela. That has gone out of the news. So as I said, the news worldwide is coming so fast and furious that you just cannot keep up. I mean, and we are playing our part here in Trinidad and Tobago in terms of every single day there's something major coming out in the news.
Yeah.
We don't know what's next. We can take some more calls there, Peter.
Yeah, we have time for a couple more calls. We do have a caller on the line right now. Caller, good morning.
Good morning. In response to your second to last caller, that is not necessarily a fact, and as a matter of fact, I dare say it's totally inaccurate. The Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force don't have any experience in policing, but they're out there and they've been out there for years, decades, I dare say. I remember when that joint patrol just started. My boss, who was directly responsible for that, we were asking the question, how long this going to go on for? And he said that when it's just started, this is never going to stop. This is going to be implemented forever. And we were shocked with what he said, but I see his words come to fruition. And what he said about the U.S. soldiers, that also isn't true, is inaccurate, because I just went out in the train station yesterday and there were police and soldiers on joint patrol in the New York City. So if they're doing it in New York, there's no reason why they can't do it in Trinidad, especially under SOE. Police has been doing police work decades now with no training. You're correct. They're not trained for it. It's not the right thing, but it has been happening for decades now. In particular, there's an incident that happened in Vietnam. Or was it Vietnam or Japan? Japan, I believe it was, where soldiers were on patrol in Japan and arrested and brutalized ex-military veteran, not unknowing to them, in Vietnam, and they've been accused of doing Vietnam people that in Vietnam too. So it's something that has been happening. This is what I have been always saying for years. be careful what all you ask for when all you ask for a state of emergency. We really haven't gotten a real state of emergency yet, you know. Because up to now, the soldiers hasn't been released onto society. When you let go soldiers on a society, woe be unto them, you know. We really ain't get a real taste of SO yet, you know. You know, when you
Well,
see the
maybe because the head of the army is not
a different thing, you know.
not as pliable as the head of the TTPS. Clearly, the head of the TTPS is pliable.
Pardon me?
I said maybe the head of the army is not as pliable as the head of the TTPS.
Well, this is designed that way. There is no pliability where SOE is concerned. From the time a SOE is called, police have to take a backseat and the military take charge. Right? This has been designed that somebody tell the chief of defense staff, here what's going on. You take a backseat now. Right now, we letting the police run the thing. They ain't really ready for all of that yet. Right? You to set the whole strain. The other saying that somebody used years ago, they holding back the dogs of war. Trust me, all they don't want soldiers out there for SOE. Right? In full control, that is. Right? Being a part of the military, there's always beg all there, please. The military is one of the most destructive forces that there is. All they don't want the military out there controlling things. Right? Because they have been pent up and caged, and when you let them go, they are violent, they are destructive, they are forceful, and I am glad that they have been holding the reins of the military back for the longest. Another thing I want to talk about while I am here, after the call, it keeps slipping me. When we keep saying it, and it's been proven daily, every day, they need to close down the police service and pay them off and close it down. Right? You cannot tell me you kill a police in a station and guns gone missing. 2 weeks after, guns gone missing in the next police station, and today guns gone missing again. Where is the accountability? And nobody losing the work. Nobody losing the work. I come from an organization when there are checks 3 times daily, no exaggeration, 3 times daily, and 3 times nightly and 1 time daily for weapons. If for some reason somebody bring a weapon and store it in my battalion, that weapon is tagged and put separate. There is no way that weapon could be handed or loaned, signed out by anybody else. This is so gun. Nobody could get a gun. This gun belongs to so. No, the chief of defense staff can't come in there and get a gun. So there seems to be that they need military people to come in the police and run the army. Police can run the army. Time and time again, police guns going missing and nobody know where it is, and they have to do an inventory and this is madness. They need to close down the police service and pay them off if they can't control their weapons. And we still need an accountability of the weapons that went missing on San Fernando. How much of them have been retrieved? How much of them still outside there? And whatnot. While I'm at it, the police that shoot the handcuffed man in Tobago, what is the status with that situation? The police that shoot the man through the door in Tobago, what is the status with that situation? Let me don't get distracted with everything that's going on. We still need to hold police, especially police that are responsible for taking and protecting lives. When they do the wrong thing, we still need to remind the population these things happen, and you lock up the handed for a phone call, but you shoot a man and kill him while he's handcuffed and you can't even see the inside of a police station yet. Right? According to the woman, that phrase is going to be repeated in my mind and articulated through my mouth very often on this program. We will remember. We will remember. Have a good day, gentlemen.
Yep. We will wait and remember. That's what we will be doing now. We will wait and remember. You know, it's... Say what? I think we could... Ready to close off there, Peter? Or you want another...
Any further calls, Peter?
We do have
Trying to get in?
I think we could take one more call.
Yeah, let's take one more now.
Caller, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, hello, good morning.
Yeah, Good morning, Peter. Good morning to Richard and Wendell.
Morning, Zena.
Richard, go play your hand saying me now, because you call my name. And you know when you call my name and you hear it for long, I come in. So you see when you
You're
want
like Beetlejuice.
to category with Wendell and call me and call us old people, that is okay. Because I know you retire and you're getting there.
You like Beetlejuice. I just gotta say them 3 times and the demon has come out.
You fall in that category, so don't worry, that is all right. But I agree with Wendell exactly how he feel it. Trinidad and Tobago is a beautiful twin island state, but there's what going on now. It is what taking place in this nation here that have people upstairs. You understand? So it's a nice place. That's why ever so often I does it Tobago and go and bathe in the real sea, live in water, and relax my brains. You understand? Because I feeling just like Wendell now. So what I want to say is that whatever they bill, I feel what they billing wrong the Savannah is something just for the dignitaries, or they say it's for the people. I don't feel any of them going anywhere near that thing this year. Somebody they gonna put a substitute to come to take the march pass, or if it's just the president, the acting president alone or whoever. But I don't feel any of them dignitaries going there. They feel it, the people want it, and they say this is carnival for African people. Well, yeah, that is just what they're going to have to be preparing for. So they don't care. They don't care at all.
Yeah. All right.
Anyhow, Richard, me taking no pills. I eating good food and I'm drinking good. Right? So I ain't taking no pills. You keep your pills for yourself. Thank you.
All right.
I ever say that Wendell that you taking pills?
No, but it's implied.
You take some pills, some kind of pills to boost up some energy or some kind of thing.
Yeah.
You think I get what you said?
Yeah, it's implied. It's implied. You've implied it. That's what she should take.
Yeah. Well, I want to take something to ramp up her anxiety now because this video came out on social media a little while ago. I just played like maybe a minute of it.
Came back on because I got some information that was coming in based on the earthquake, but we're not sure if it's connected to the earthquake. I do get information to different portals. What they're telling me is that if you're living anywhere between Bahamas and Trinidad and Tobago, you need to pay, basically the entire Caribbean, you need to pay attention to what is happening. They're saying for the past 24 or past 72 hours, there's something that is happening across the Caribbean plate that's close to Puerto Rico, what they call a Puerto Rico trench. The information is that NORAD, which is Canada, US, I believe, surveillance and naval surveillance, they've been seeing some uptick in the information, and communication on the lines have been jammed for a while, and it seems as if they're looking into something. Basically, they're saying there's been some whispered urgent warnings because of something that happened in the trench. Now, nobody doesn't know. What they're saying is that there's been a drop-in of some equipment that they have set in the trench, and the equipment have dropped down to 20 total feet, which mean they're saying that something could be afoot. Can they tell if an earthquake is coming? They don't know, because you really can't predict earthquake. No matter how much you try to predict these earthquakes, you can't do it. But what they're saying is that they set up these things to look at if it moves, it could mean that there could be some shifting of the earth going to happen sometime soon. So this is like it dropped to 20 total feet, and they have set it up close to shore, but it has, when I say shore, like just below water level. But that should not drop, based on what the science they're using, should not drop unless there's something significant is going to happen. So it moved itself from close to the surface of the water to 20,000 feet or 20,000 feet, somewhere around there. So this is something that happened last Tuesday, they were saying, and they indicating this today. I'm just getting this today. It happened last Tuesday at 03:42 hours. I'm just trying to read this as quickly as it's sending in from me. And they are saying that these are not normal seismic movements. They're saying sonar operators in the Lesser Antilles reported that the screens, what they were using, the computer, whatever it is, went a bit dark at the time that stuff dropped, because all these things are connected under.
There's a little bit of it, because I know we are just about time is up. But that just surfaced and was sent to me. So.
Okay. Interesting. I saw also another conspiracy theorist in the chat also put in something that the earthquakes, they believe the earthquakes are being controlled well, I'll just leave it there. But I want to respond to somebody.
You can't start it and stop it. Continue.
Right, they said they feel that the earthquakes are being controlled. Whatever America feels they cannot control, they are mashing up. You understand? That's a conspiracy theory that someone has put in the chat.
So this is a good point to end the program.
No, I want to respond to somebody. Somebody called Andre, who comments every now and then. And Andre, I've never gotten the impression that you blow in a paper bag or any such silly things, because you always give how I should put it, a reasonable contribution. But clearly you don't know me and have not been listening to me over the years. Because you said, Wendell, is your position that it didn't have huge news stories that engaged the public's attention on a daily basis during the last 10 years? Now, clearly that's a political comment you're making, right? Clearly you are trying to say that specifically me, didn't raise issues over the last 10 years. You haven't listened to me then. Clearly you didn't. So I'll leave that alone. Go and blow in your bag then, because you never gave me that impression that you were that type of person. But so don't ask me no stupidness. Anyway, folks, have a wonderful day. Remember to let go and let God.
Yeah. All right, so have a fantastic day. Of course, NETT Radio Trinidad continues on netradiott.com and NETT Radio Trinidad on smart devices. You say NETT Radio Trinidad, play on TuneIn, and you are good to go on your smart devices. So you can listen to the programming and the excellent programming throughout the day. We know you have a choice in what you listen to and what you watch, and we're glad that you chose us. Don't forget the cruise is on Saturday. The Cooler Cruise is on Saturday. Get your ticket. What you waiting on? And if you can't come, still buy a ticket. Still buy one. All right? So have a fantastic day, people. It is midweek already, believe it or not. Remember to, of course, to smile and laugh. It's great for your health. And we speak to you bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a great one, people. You've been listening and watching the
Breakfast Show.
Yep. Slow on the drop, Peter. Slow.
It's the time to start the day. The Breakfast Show is here. We bring in the soca way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The Breakfast Show got the vibe.